Hi, Mark here from the Tangent-Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent-Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent-Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent-Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurner. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 343.
Sexiest podcast on the network.
Is that the new jingle for that?
Maybe.
All right.
You know, every week's a little different, Brian.
Sure.
Every week's a little different. Oh, that is Brian over there.
And that's Tony.
Hey, now. Okay, gotta get those introductions in. Because, I always assume that's the same people listening every episode. But there's might be someone that's never listened to this ramshackle hunk of shit show before.
It's very possible. Yeah.
Yeah, and they should at least know, what sort of, who's the names behind the voices that are soaking their underbritches.
You're right. And bonus points for using underbritches.
No problem.
As you know, that's my favorite way of, discussing one's underpants.
Basically, anytime you listen to Salty Language, instead of underbritches, you should probably wear, underslickers. Just to keep everything, dryish.
Right. Or just sit in a kiddie pool or a bathtub or something.
Yeah, or kitty litter.
Yeah.
Highly absorbent.
That would work, too. You're right.
Oil dry?
Yeah, oil dry. You just picture that somebody's at home, they're just pouring it in their lazy boy. Somebody else is about to listen to Salty Language again, huh?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Be like, hey, can you put some on the floor this time? You splashed last time.
That one punchline is just aggressiveness.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, like it was. I mean,
it's all the hampling you can handle.
it's all the hampling you can handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are the orgasms of laughter.
That'd look great on a shirt.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. We are Ool.
Ool. Like, is that like a cult or something? Or what is this Ool?
Sure, right.
Orgasms of laughter?
Yeah.
Oh.
There is no
I
Zod,
see.
only Ool. Yeah. Oh, man. That would, I'm sure it would go over well. We'll have to make sure we make kid sizes and stuff too,
Oh, definitely. Yeah, for
parents
sure.
would love
Bibs.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why not, right? I mean,
exactly.
well, because a lot of parents, when they're dressing their kids, they're putting whatever their likes and beliefs are on the kid anyway,
Yeah, I know, right? That's I always found that slightly disturbing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my little Rams fan here. It's like, yeah, but
Is he?
he's 9 months old.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what a ram is.
Right. You come home the next day and he's like cheering for the Broncos.
Exactly. Kid gets disowned.
Yeah. Like, in some families, you probably would,
Oh, for sure, right?
Man. Especially, because I gotta imagine, some of the areas, especially in like, New York and stuff, where they have like 2 teams for every sport type of a thing, there's going to be the, Mets Yankees thing that if you are with the other side, you're pretty much dead to them on game day.
Oh, I would have, yeah.
Or like here, I guess, Ohio State, Michigan. Same
exactly.
gimmick,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You's gonna be a Mets fan, or you's not gonna live in this house.
Wow, that was flawless.
I assume that's how New York sounds.
It was just like Prado God was here.
I know, right?
If he's listening, shout out to Staten Island Jesus. But,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Not as Jesus-y without the hair, though.
No, you're
Just
right. He blends in better now.
Oh, it's true. I guess if you're, if Jesus did come back, he would definitely want to blend in.
That's what I'm saying.
There's way too much religious nonsense happening.
Right.
Like, whoa,
right.
Geez, these people are crazy.
Yeah. Or
I just want an omelet.
Right. He comes back and he's just got bad male pattern baldness. He's got like a comb over. And
Exactly. Bad mustache.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got like that 13-year-old boy mustache.
Yeah, for sure. Real thin.
Right, or a Sidney Crosby beard. Ugh.
Yes, exactly. The kind of facial hair that just dries up the jeans.
And not because it absorbs all the soppingness.
Exactly. The opposite of a salty language show.
Right.
Yeah. That mustache.
Yeah, that mustache. I saw a dude in the store today that had that kind of mustache. It's like, I respect a good mustache. Like, if you're rocking a porn stash or a Magnum PI mustache kind of a thing.
Yeah, the Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, kudos to you, because it takes a lot of balls to walk around with that mustache,
Indeed.
And, but if you're rocking that, like, barely can grow mustache, it's like, come on, man. Come on.
Like it looks like there's just a brush fire on his lip.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Or that's what's left after the brush fire, whichever.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's starting to grow back, and there's scared animals running still. And,
right. There's still ash everywhere. Yeah, it's pretty awful. Right. Yeah. Like I said, I saw a guy like that today, and I was just like, I just want to go up to him and be like, let me walk you over to the razor aisle real quick. Let's take care of this problem.
Right. Exactly.
But,
like, son, we can solve this.
Mm-hmm.
You take him to the hardware aisle where all the duct tape's at.
Yeah.
You deserved every ounce of pain.
It's like, there's waxing kits over there. This is right here, though.
Yeah, but tape.
Yeah.
But
he's like,
let me tape your face.
Let me go get a Gillette. And you're like, nah, I got a box cutter right here.
But I got Gorilla Tape for your face.
That'll take care of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, well,
you might lose some of the skin too.
Off, too.
Yeah. Yikes.
Like, hey, give me the tape. I got to put this back on.
You just like tape across the bridge of his nose, so it looks like, how in like movies or something, if someone got their nose broken, they would have the tape across their nose or whatever.
Exactly. Just tell everybody that you need breathe right strips 24 hours a day,
or that you walked into a door, whichever.
Or that you walked in the door. Or the dinner was cold.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. These are all things that can happen.
Yeah. It really is unfortunate. Like, I feel bad for, like, I can't grow a great mustache. Like, I can grow a mustache, but it's not great, you know?
Brian, it's a respectable mustache.
But it's still the idea that it's like, if I couldn't, I wouldn't, I'd just take it off, you know? It's like,
yeah, for sure.
This is no good. Like, you know.
Like, let's flash back to however many years ago, and I'm like, I'm going to bring my hair back.
Whoops.
Let's rewind back to now, where I shave it on the rig.
Exactly.
I wonder why.
Yeah, right. Could you like looking?
What a curious puzzle this is.
Yeah. I can't figure out why you would do that, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it was funny. My mom actually asked me today, like, she was like, you should go back to the goatee. And I was like, no. And she's like, why? I'm like, well, first of all, I don't like shaving. So.
That's fair.
2, I don't want to buy freaking razor blades. And I know I could use an electric razor, but they've never worked great for me. You know,
right.
Like, they're real hit or miss. It's, you know, the way the hair is on my face. My dad was the same way. They didn't work real well for him either. So you end up having to shave, you know, with blades or whatever. And it's like, you know, and we're not sponsored by Dollar Shave Club or Harry's or something like that. So, you know, we'd have to go buy these damn things ourselves.
It's true. They're
too fucking expensive.
Which I do.
Yeah.
I have a Harry's subscription thing.
Yeah.
And they say specifically, do not use this on your head. Fuck you, Harry's.
Really? It says don't use it on your head?
Yeah.
Any idea
These are
why?
not designed to be used on. Okay, well, they're sharp and they're blades, and they seem to take hair off my head. So,
I mean, that's okay. I mean, I know that there was like that. Was that head blade or whatever? And but other than that, are there ones that are made for shaving your head?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, aside from maybe a straight razor. Yeah.
But the blades, like, because I was, you know, not to do a read for Harry's or Dollar Shave Club, the blades are too expensive to buy.
Right.
You know, like, I'm like, okay, well, let me go give blood, and here's a quarter of my kidney, and I'm going to jack off into a cup. Now I have enough money for
it's like
one thing of blade.
$20 for like 4 blades or 3 blades, something like that. That's insane.
Yeah.
So fuck that, you know.
So so I'm.
I just use a box cutter, you know, and just no.
Yeah, machete.
Yeah, you know, like in a war movie. You know, I'm just using my combat knife to fucking take it down.
Right. That's what K-Bar is good for. That and stabbing Charlie.
That's right. Every guy I meet named Charlie, I stab him.
Yeah, right. Just flashback.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he was in the war. Like he's not even old enough.
Dude, you're in a McDonald's. Like
he wasn't born when that war was happening.
Sir, we're gonna have to ask you to quit hiding in the ball pit. You just see my head peek up, you know, like knife, like you said, knife in my teeth.
You got balls cut in half, taped to your head.
Yeah. Oh man. That would be ridiculous. You know, it's really funny because after all that talking about razors and stuff, I really feel like at any point we could have just easily walked ourselves right through a, you know, like most podcasts have, you know, a sponsor from Dollar Shave Club or Harry's or whoever. I feel like there's another one, but I know those two are the main ones.
Yeah.
What's weird to me? I saw a commercial the other day that Gillette has a like male subscription service for their blades, and they're like, you know, get our quality blades cheaper, and it's like, well, if you can sell them at that price, why don't you freaking sell them at that price? And I know what it is they want you to do the subscription so you commit to month after month, but it's
right.
Like, yeah, if you didn't overcharge for your blades to begin with, I'd probably still be buying your blades, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Instead, I spend like, I don't even know, like $5 a month or something.
Yeah.
And I get a surplus of blades, and I don't burn through them that quick because I just shave my head.
Right.
Obviously, because this luxurious mane on my face.
Right. Well, it's like when I shave my neck, I just use my beard and mustache trimmer. I just, you know, just take the guard off and just, you know, zip across it real quick because it doesn't have to be, you know, perfect. It's just got to be pretty good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, our beards are lengthy enough that you don't need that crisp line.
Right. And, you know, it'd be different again, maybe if I was going for an interview type thing or I needed to look nice for something, then yeah, okay, I'd, you know, But even then, like now, I'd probably just go buy a bag of throwaway razors, you know, like.
I do not recommend.
No, I don't. I mean, just from shaving my neck. Yeah. That's all I was doing.
Oh, okay. Cause it's like, I grabbed a bag of those one day cause I was at work and I like went to rub my head cause I was sweating like a fool and I had this patch. I'm like, how the fuck did I miss this patch? And I don't wear hats in the winter typically, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to take care of this. So I went and bought a little, like a 3-pack of disposable razors.
Yeah.
Jesus. I might as well like, I probably went better off putting my head in like the fan in my engine to try to trim that hair off.
That'd be pretty cool.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It's like, I cannot believe how terrible these blades are.
Yeah, they're pretty awful.
I mean, they took the patch off and I think a layer of skin and part of my soul probably. Definitely some self-respect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you got to pay a price for beauty, Tony.
Apparently, right?
you take like a 12 by 3 patch off of your head, you know, of skin.
Yeah. I had to put it back on with Gorilla Tape.
Yeah, exactly. Boom.
Crazy.
Problem solved.
Crazy.
No, it's Gorilla. It's not crazy.
Oh, yeah.
See what I did there. Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, it's funny. I think a lot of people probably have gone to beards to some extent for that reason, too. Like, just the reason I did, where it's just like, I just don't want to shave anymore. I don't have to, you know? Like, so I just, you know.
But there's a lot of work that goes into a beard, though.
There is. And I'm like, right now, I'm all over the place. Like, my shit's scraggly and I got hairs pointing all over the place. I was looking at it today when I got out of the shower and I was like, I really should have trimmed this thing up before I got in the shower. Cause you know how it is. When you trim, you know, you just have too much loose hair after that. You gotta go, like, hose it off or whatever. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll say, yeah, you gotta trim, you gotta keep this in line, keep that in line, make sure the mustache isn't doing some crazy shit, Earl it up, brush it.
Yeah, like curling into your mouth like mine's doing at the moment. Yeah.
We got it's I mean, ladies, you don't know how hard it is for us to keep our beards in proper function and form.
I think they do, because all of the things that they do, I think we're okay.
Nah, that shit don't count.
I think we're okay taking this one. Yeah.
I mean, I guess unless you're straight up growing a homeless beard.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
even then, you know, it's like, even if you're growing the homeless beard, it's like, you know, just, you know, trim down the strays and stuff, basically, you know.
Or not.
Yeah.
Just let it go. Let it go wild.
You can. It's weird though. You know,
it is.
Kind of like the guys who have, like, where your sideburns would be and that grows out real bushy and stuff, but they're like bald, but the, you know, sideburns part like grow and it just curls out and you're like, why wouldn't you trim that down, dude?
Why I trim mine down.
too.
If I don't, they get fucking crazy.
Right.
Someone's like, is it a full moon? What's going on here, buddy? I'm like, I don't know. I smell lamb. You know?
Yeah. I'm a werewolf, just not on top of my head.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I've not been blessed up there with my lycanthropy.
Yeah, hair grows everywhere else except on top of your head. Boy, that'd suck
basically.
as a werewolf, right?
Yeah.
You're like on a date. You're on a date. The girl finds out you're a werewolf. She's down, you know?
Yeah.
And, you start transforming and she's like, what's the story up here?
Right. Like I was all about that werewolf dick until that.
Yeah. What's going on up here? Next time you go on a date, you've got like a hairpiece on, you know?
Right.
Or you pull it out of your pocket and put it on when you transform.
Like, oh, I'm transforming. Oh, hairpiece.
Yeah.
Then you transform.
She's like, is that the executive? Like, how do you know that?
Like, damn, girl.
Yeah. It's a good look.
It is a good look. This might be unprecedented, Brian.
Yeah.
But I need to go piss hard. It's awfully early in the show.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to take an early break. We'll be back. Hey, everybody. This is Brian, from Salty Language, obviously. But I also want to tell you about the other podcast that I'm on called The Crazy Life. It's me, my pal Heno, and my friend Jen. And we talk about mental illness stuff, mental health things. We go over articles a lot of times and try to share tips and what's worked for us as far as the paths that we've been on with, depression, anxiety, bipolar, alcoholism, and such. So if any of that sounds like something you'd want to listen to, check us out. Just anywhere you download your podcast, just type in The Crazy Life.
Oh, man. We should plan better next time.
Yeah, right.
Jesus.
It's all right. Well, normally you're pretty good about it, because normally before we start, you're like, let me go refill my water, fill the toilet, I'll be back.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
You know me, I drink all the fluids.
You do?
So.
That sounds really bad.
Sure did. I said it, and I was like, that was stupid.
A great soundbite.
That was real dumb.
Real good soundbite to have, though. Yeah. May have to cut that one out and save it, just in case.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Man, that was dumb.
Yeah.
But we're back. Better than ever.
Sure. At least better than we were a couple minutes ago.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Hope everyone enjoyed the nice promo for The Crazy Life, my other podcast.
I know I did.
I did too.
I know I did.
Mm-hmm. That's why we needed the break.
So it was helping me empty my...
Yeah, exactly. Nothing helps you piss more than The Crazy Life.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like a feelings piss.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. You're just crying out your urethra.
That is fucking disturbing on many levels. If you have leaky dick, that is sad, I guess, but you might want to go see a doctor and get some antibiotics or something.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Perfectly normal, especially as you age.
My dick's sad. It's just crying. It's like, no, that's chlamydia. Oh.
Perfectly normal.
Exactly.
Just drink some beers, you'll be all right. Straighten you right
True.
up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beers always straighten everything out.
I know.
Have a beer, you'll be fine after all.
Yep, exactly. That's why I say it at the end.
Cardinal rule.
Every show, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So how's your week been?
It's been an all right week, my friend. Yep. I discovered some things. I learned some things. I went and saw some things.
Wow. This is like a personal growth week?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Not at all.
I was going to say, if so, save it for therapy. Yeah. No.
Yeah. I should have more personal growth weeks, but not this week.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you and your goddamn noggin ears went and saw a concert on Saturday you're supposed to join us for.
Yeah, there was no way,
you and
dude.
your dumb head. How dare you?
Oh, my God, dude.
No, it was loud as fuck.
Yeah, I woke up that day, and I waited until well into the day before, when you texted me, before calling it, basically. But when I woke up around noon, I was like, I'm probably not going to go to this unless this headache goes away, because it was one of those, feels like someone's stabbing you in between your eye and your nose kind of pain. It was a lot of fun.
Sounds delightful.
Yeah. Except for the delightful part.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah. Yeah, those suck. And it's weird. I've been getting those more and more lately. And I don't know if it's the weather or what's causing them, but they've been getting worse. So that's no good.
Yeah, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That does indeed suck.
Right.
I don't even. I wrote something here. I don't know what the fuck I wrote anymore.
Classic Tony.
No, we went. It was our friend Michelle. Officially her. I'm trying to adjust my mic here, guys. Sorry. Officially her second concert she's been to now.
Right, which still blows my mind.
I know, right? Actually, I have more. We'll get into how much I'm learning about her.
Okay.
After all this,
all right.
But so her and I went to the Four Horsemen. Of course, there's an internet problem.
Yeah. I can still hear you. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. It flashed across my screen. I'm like, why wouldn't there be? I was going to go stab my son in his kidney because I'm sure he's downloading something.
I mean, feel free. I'm not going to stop you.
Shink.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to stop you from doing that.
Right?
Just turn the camera off so I can't be held, like as though I witnessed anything.
Truth.
I need culpable deniability.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we went and saw the Four Horsemen because I learned from her that her favorite band of all time is the mighty Metallica.
Right.
And lo and behold, there was one of the official Metallica tribute bands coming to town. So,
yep.
And then they were on Groupon with cheap ass tickets. Why wouldn't we go? Right?
Yep. Because I had a horrible headache.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Fucking A.
Good point, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the Four Horsemen, and it was Lost in Chicago, and then like Rage Angel or I don't know. They had 2 opening bands, right?
Right.
And the opening bands honestly weren't terrible.
Okay.
They weren't great, but they weren't bad. You know, it was one of those situations.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. At least they weren't bad. You know, that's painful to sit through sometimes. Plus, sometimes crowds get rowdy.
Yeah, exactly. Like the first opening band, you could tell they were not, haven't been doing it that long, so they're all pretty young guys. They opened with a cover, they closed with a cover, but they had original songs in the middle.
Okay.
And like I said, they weren't terrible.
Mm-hmm. I can see you doing that, though. You open with a cover so you get the cheap pop, and then you go out with a cover for the same reason. That way people are like, woo, yeah, I know that song. So
basically, yeah.
I get it.
And then the second band came in, and you could tell, like, these guys have been playing together for all their older guys. Yeah. On their Facebook page, because I looked them up, they promised didgeridoo.
Right.
No didgeridoo. I was didgeridisappointed.
So they were a didgeridoo, you say? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But they were decent too. I mean, they were definitely more technical and well put together than the first band.
Yeah.
But they weren't terrible,
Yeah.
But what surprised me was when the Four Horsemen came up. They were. I mean, they didn't look like Metallica at all.
Right.
Obviously, the bass player was a creepy fucker and kept staring at everybody and had this weird ass smile. But god damn, did they sound like Metallica?
Well, that's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, they sounded good. And their whole theory was because the guy, the singer's like, we just do the black and back. That's what we play. So it's Black Album and anything before that.
Okay.
So it's all old school stuff.
Right.
And they played for over 2 hours.
Wow.
They put on a hell of a show.
Did they do any covers? And I don't mean like the Metallica covers. I mean, like Bread Fan or Stone Cold Crazy or something.
No, well, actually, they did Stone Cold Crazy.
Okay.
They did do that one.
I could see doing it, yeah.
But I mean, I was honestly impressed.
Nice.
By like how long they played and how well they sounded, and I guess the gumption of the band. Because like the lead singer, like at one point was like, my drummer keeps saying that we need to stop playing, but fuck it, we got a few more in us. And then they kept going, and then like he's like, man, my fingers are up here just shredded. But we're going to play one more. It's just like, wow, all right.
That's what I was thinking when you said...
Like even to the point where What?
I was going to say that when you said that the drummer was like, hey, we should stop, it's like, yeah, the drummer's arm's probably about to fall off, or he's just bleeding. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's one... The lead singer dude's like, hey, I know this is kind of weird, but if you guys out here in the crowd, it wasn't a huge crowd.
Yeah.
It's like, if you guys in the front here happen to see, like, a ring with a diamond in it, it's my wedding ring. I was thrashing so hard it flew off my hand. I don't know where it is.
Everybody just does the locking arms sweep.
I mean, it was a bizarre show. And like I said, the crowd it wasn't packed. There was a decent amount of people there.
Yeah.
But when we walked in, because, Michelle's got some health issues and whatnot. She doesn't want to stand for that long. Because we were there probably like 5 to 6 hours was the whole thing. Like,
sure.
We were there pretty late,
Right.
But there was 2 spots at the bar, like 30 feet from the stage. We just stayed there the whole night.
Sure.
It was perfect. If she wanted a bottle of water, if I wanted a shitty cheap beer.
Yep.
Boom, we're there. It was perfect. But, I mean, so many people that showed up to this thing, man. The crowd watch was intense.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I mean, there was this old guy that basically looked like if you went to a Halloween store, and you're like, I need a creepy old guy wig. That was this guy's hair.
Nice.
It was like shoulder length, ratty silver hair, and he had a hat on. And he kept Ric Flair strutting around. Right?
All right. Now, was he headbanging?
Barely.
That's disappointing. I was hoping he was really like thrashing and shit, It
was more Ric Flair strutting.
Okay.
But what made this amazing is as he's doing his Ric Flair strut, his buddy, who was a midget, a balding midget with a creepy mustache, was following him around everywhere. Also, this guy was wearing an adult-sized Gas Monkey Garage hoodie. It looked ridiculous.
Wow.
It was like down to his ankles. This hoodie was so big.
Wow.
So we had that going for us.
Uh-huh.
Right across from where we were sitting, there was basically, because there was no really, with the exception of 3 kids, and I'm talking children that were there.
Right.
And I want to say they're probably children of one of the band members.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Because they were kind of over hanging out where the guy pointed like, yeah, my wife's over there, help me find his wedding ring.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they were kids. But, there was legit children there. But everybody there was, like, old as fuck.
Well, Tony, we're fucking old, dude.
I know, but like, older than us, and then our age group.
Yeah.
And some of the people were hanging on desperately to it. Like, there's this one broad, clearly our age or a little older, dressed up like she was in her heyday of goth.
Sure.
Like the giant boots, the little short black dress, pigtailed hair.
Yeah, her concert outfit, yeah.
Yeah, from her concert outfit from like the early 90s.
Sure. You were just mad. You were just mad because it was similar to yours.
Well, this is true. I didn't have my Frankenstein boots on.
Oh.
But I definitely had my short dress on.
Oh, obviously.
Obviously.
Bending over a lot, I'm sure, too. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Exactly. You're just full sack for everybody. Enjoy it.
Yep.
Enjoy it, everyone. But it was just kind of like, I don't know, the crowd was insane. And there was this one dude he was all by himself most of the time, just fucking headbanging. Like I've never seen, like actual Metallica was there.
Right.
He was going fucking insane.
Oh, yeah.
The whole night until, because they got some real ass backwards haphazard mosh pit, like 3 guys. It was just silly.
Right.
But there was a rather rotund gentleman in the mosh pit, and he was walking out of pit, and he must have hit like some water, and I didn't see it. Michelle saw it happen, but apparently he did the splits.
Oh.
And he fucking must have tore something in his leg because he couldn't get up.
Wow.
And then like his one buddy who was the headbanger guy, that's when it's like he became Mr. Serious.
Yeah.
Helped his buddy up. Like, and it took 3 guys to pick this guy up.
Right.
He was a big dude. And they put him on a bar stool, and you could tell the dude was in pain. He was just like leaning up against the table. And of course they bring him a Bud Light. Why would
he? Have a beer, you'll be fine. They know what's up.
Fine.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing they got him an Uber or something because they're on the phone, and like 15 minutes later, like the 3 guys that helped him up on the floor came and basically picked him up and dragged him out.
Wow. So yeah, it was probably something in his knee then. Shit.
He couldn't. You could tell he couldn't walk.
Oh, man, that must suck.
Himself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But all in all, the show was good.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty good. I was honestly surprised.
Yeah.
Because you never know. Tribute band, you're like, eh.
Yeah. Well, given that they were, like you said, one of the official ones, usually those ones are pretty good, versus just somebody who's playing, like, there's some bands that do, I know at some bars, like, I actually saw, Nick from the Swellers, the guy who was the singer and stuff of them, he has a band that plays like covers, and they go to a bar, and the bar will have like a certain kind of like theme. They will play a set as a certain band, and each band plays a set as a band kind of a thing. So, that I'm sure is hit and miss,
Right.
Stuff like that. Or if you just go see, random act at a, Saturday night at the bar, you have no idea what you're in for. They might be good.
For sure.
Might be the worst thing ever.
But here's what I noticed, and I found this odd, and I want to know how you felt, and I would love to talk to some of the other bands. Actually, if we have a musical guys out there, I'd love to ask them this question. Mm-hmm. So we're there, right?
Yeah.
The show is going good. The crowd really pops and moshes. Everyone's going crazy when the Four Horsemen are playing.
Mm-hmm.
They're not playing original music.
Right.
Their opening bands were playing original music. How does it feel as an opening band? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, I wrote this music and we performed it, but everyone's like, these guys are just doing someone else's music.
Right.
You know?
That's a good question.
It just kind of makes you wonder how that works.
Yeah, we'll have to...
and obviously they were talented because they sounded great and they played great, but that's not their music.
I'm sure that makes it a little easier. You know, like if they got up there and were just terrible, you know, be like, wow, we had like 3 people show up for us, but they got all these people here. And yeah, I could see that.
I mean, it kind of hit me when I was watching them play. It's like, wait, because even the other guys from the bands were watching them play.
Right.
It's just kind of struck me as a little weird.
Right.
You know, but
I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question, though. I wonder that now, too. I would like to have the answer to this. We'll have to ask some people that we know and, you know, see what kind of answer we get.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've learned from Michelle this week, though, since the concert, because I told her, I'm like, hey, anytime you want to see a show, just let me know.
Yeah.
Because I'll go with whatever, you know?
Mm.
And so she picked out a show, more tribute bands. At the Ottawa Tavern, where we were hanging out that one night.
Right.
It's a Clutch tribute band, which seems weird.
That is weird. Okay.
And
Clutch is cool, but yeah.
And Clutch is cool, and a Rage Against the Machine tribute band.
Oh boy.
Like I more get the Rage Against the Machine one because Clutch is still together and touring.
Right. Yeah. And they come through this area. Yeah, I was going to say, and Clutch comes through this area. Yeah. Or at least to Detroit.
They're going to skip Toledo.
No, or if, like I said, or they play at Detroit at least, you know, or Ann Arbor or something like that. They'll play really close to us.
But I know the tickets will probably be dirt cheap, so it's like, whatever, you know, if she wants to go, I'm all about supporting her going to see live music because she loves it.
Yeah, I'd be in for that too. Yeah.
And I asked her, I'm like, how come you've never been to concerts? And she's like, you know, like I didn't know she was into rock until recently.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, well, what happened? And she's like, well, me and my friends in high school used to make me mix CDs, and I loved them. And I'm like, well, why didn't you go to any concerts?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, none of my friends wanted to go. I was like, what about the people giving me CDs? Oh, yeah, I guess I could have went with them, which just never occurred to her for some reason.
Wow. All right.
You know?
Yeah.
But so I'm learning, though, that she's really into, like, metal.
Wow.
Which you would never guess if you met our friend.
No, you certainly would not.
She's like the most innocent little pixie girl you'd think. And because like even on Snapchat today, she's like, man, my Discover Weekly is really popping or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the songs and like Dimmu Borgir's on there, Hate Breed.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
That's what
Yep.
Yeah. You saw that. It's like I sent her a message like, I had no idea you were such a metalhead. She's like, well, I'm not. I just, you know, I like it because it's so rich. I like all music, but I just enjoy this. It's like, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. It's something I never would have guessed from her.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either. Yeah.
No, but it is what it is. But yeah, so more concerts in the future, I guess, which is fine by me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right. But man, that was a bizarre concert because it was, you know, tribute bands and it was good and the crowd was weird. There was some, oh God, how can I forget about this woman? There was some woman that had the full on like 80s hair metal mullet.
Sure.
Like her hair was short and teased and spiky and long and stringy and gross in the back.
Nice, yeah.
And you know, it wasn't quite the looker. Like I'm sure her hair was sweet in '86 when she first got it. You know,
right?
Yeah. But she turns around and her T-shirt is full. It's just a picture, just full on, just dick and vagina.
What?
Like no. Yeah, just like this straight porn shot, just like dick slamming right in.
Wow,
that was her shirt.
Okay. I wonder what kind of statement she's making with that. Yeah.
I don't know. Because that was, you know, like she walked by us and Michelle grabbed my arm, was like, oh my God, did you see her shirt?
Oh man.
I went, no, and then the rest of the night I'm like, I can't, I need to see it. And then sure enough, it was like, oh, what?
Wow.
I only thought maybe she's reminiscing on things that she hasn't had happen in a while, or I don't know.
Maybe it was like this is what I'm looking for kind of thing. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just like sometimes you see things on shirts, you're like, why the fuck would you even sell that?
Well, you know, it's like we've talked at various times, like when you and I have been out, and I'll be like, I want their story. Like, we'll see something happen and I'll be like, I kind of want their story. Like, why did they end up here? Why did they do, or what are they doing? And that would be one of them. It'd be like, what's with the shirt?
Ryan, that's a podcast.
Yeah. What's your story?
For sure.
Yeah.
What the fuck is your story there, you fucking weird hair dude broad?
That's a really long title. We probably need to cut that down a little. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Wow.
And then she's up there like, woo, holding her drink and right by the stage and dancing. And oh God, there was some weird people there.
Okay. So did anyone flash the band?
No.
None of the bands got flashed?
No.
Okay. I was just curious.
I mean, and there would be a select few participants that would be fine doing that.
Right.
Like I said, it was a rough crowd, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't doubt it, but that's usually the crowd that does it.
Yeah, this is true.
That's why I was curious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of times at a bar, like just a bar that had music in it, and sometimes a girl will flash the guy on stage, and I'm like, wow. I was like, I wonder if there's all the time. I'm usually like, I wonder if that's a girlfriend or a wife or something, like just fucking
just
with them,
drunk slob,
or if that's just somebody who wants to unleash them titties.
Like, man, these things haven't breathed in a while.
I mean, whatever,
Yeah, it's you're right. That type of situation, like a bigger concert's different. Like when I went like many moons ago, once saw Motley Crue, and you got Tommy Lee running around with a fire extinguisher yelling, "Let me see them titties."
Yeah, right. Or when
there were some really hot women, they're like, "Here's my titties."
When we went to see Korn and Rob Zombie, remember they had up on the big screen with Korn, and girls were flashing. Yeah, so
but those smaller shows, those are usually some haggard ass titties that come out. They got like calluses on them and stuff.
Yeah, they're just titties with a story. That's all.
Boy, are they? Yeah, like my day. It's like Clint Eastwood and Gran Torino titties.
Their titties have smoker's cough. Yeah,
exactly. A shotgun on a porch.
Right. Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, those are usually some rough broads that break those things out in those bar shows.
Well, that was the two questions I was going to ask you were, was there anyone basically like a one-man mosh pit anywhere, which you already answered there was.
Yes.
And then the next one would be, did anyone show they titties? And
no.
Unfortunately, no.
Nope. The only nudity was on that broad shirt.
That's, wow.
Well, and I guess, anything's possible because there was some older lady that had a little short skirt on, like fishnet stockings and like the Axl Rose hat. And she was, no joke, probably like 5'5'1". Yeah. And she was in the mini pit that formed. Man.
That's a good way to catch an elbow in the face.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
I looked over and they're picking her up off the ground.
I bet somebody probably clocked her in the face.
Yeah, well, because the guy who started the pit was probably like 6'5".
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He was thin. Yeah. He was like a gangly bastard, but he was out there like, woo, just big dumb animal.
Yeah, he's just all elbows, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Slender Man out there at a rock concert.
That'd be terrifying.
But yeah, they were picking, and I can't imagine what sort of sights they might have been seeing, up that little leather skirt of hers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
just, again, when you go with the what's their story kind of thing, I just picture her the next day at work with fucking black eye or, black, broken nose or something like that. And,
yeah, exactly.
Like, what did you do last night? Oh, I went to a concert. Like, who? And you're like, well, it was a Metallica cover band or tribute band.
I was actually going to the Chang Mi next door to get, schlicked off, but.
Sure.
Instead, I went to the Four Horsemen, got fucked up.
Yeah.
She was definitely hammering drinks, too.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. The drunkenness was, I watched one guy buy like 6 or 7 beers.
Sure.
And then try to figure out how to carry them back to his friends. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took it easy because, I was the driver. I was the wheelman.
What he should have done was drank about 3 or 4 of them, then carry the rest back.
Right. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Just be like,
although I was a little disappointed about it though, because when I've learned one thing: if I'm hanging out with Michelle, odds are there's going to be at least a Jaeger shot.
Yeah.
So I was prepped for it. Didn't happen.
No.
She thought about it. She's like, ah. She's like, I know if I have it, I'm going to really feel terrible tomorrow. I'm like,
that's a good reason not to.
I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but the later this concert goes, the less chance of me joining you is going to be.
Yeah, there's that, right. Like, you're just about to leave, and she's like, let's do a Jaeger shot. I'm like,
Yeah, have fun.
Okay. Yeah. Seems like a bad call for me.
All right. I guess I'm driving. Enjoy yourself.
Get mine in a to-go cup. Yeah.
Perfect. But yeah, so the old concert, Brian.
I'm sad I missed that because I enjoy shit like that, Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was the combination of the people watching and the actual enjoyable music was, it was all right.
I honestly think that's why, like, no matter what you and I have done over the years, like, there's always that element to it that we always end up people watching because we just can't not do it.
Yeah, I can't help it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whether it was, when we'd go to the mall and we'd, sit in the food court and eat and just watch Neanderthals walking past us or whatever, or, just wherever we are, that seems to be what we do. So.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I always miss that honestly, I miss that as much as anything. It's, it's the only thing that keeps me sane when I go to Walmart, walking around looking at some of the people in there and just being like, cause it's similar to like the, online dating apps, like where I've mentioned to you, I'll be like, why did they pick this as their main picture? Or why is this even on their profile kind of a thing?
Right.
And you see that with people out in public and it's like, I'm not saying people got to dress up when they go out or anything, like going to the grocery store or whatever, but it's amazing how it seriously looks like people are still wearing their literal pajamas just walking around. And I don't mean like, pajama pants and, what, but like literally look like they rolled out of bed and just went to the store,
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
And that's men and women. That's not gender specific, that is, it's amazing how, like, I just couldn't do that,
It's very rare that I walk around my house for an extended period of time in my pajamas.
Yeah.
Because usually I get up and I start moving and I'm like, it's time to just get dressed.
That's what I do too.
Usually that's why, like, my code to like get the day going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That was part of the reason that I always used to do it too, because of, the whole depression thing, that if I get up and I put on clothes, I'm less likely to get back into bed and just lie there all day. So, yeah, I've been the same way. Oh, wow. So, yeah.
Yeah, right?
I bet there's going to be some good people watching at that Rage/Clutch tribute show too.
Well, I know I'm going to do something that'll actually make my wife proud when she hears this, but it's something I normally don't do. But I'll probably bring earplugs to that show. Because you remember how fucking loud that was when they were just setting the band up?
Yeah, you're right. That was
when we were just here drinking. So, I mean, yeah, I'll probably do earplugs because it was way too loud when they were just getting everything set up that one day.
Right.
And if it's a Rage band, I imagine it's going to be loud. So.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be one of those things that we'll have to...
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I'll say, I'll have to get you the information for the show, but we'll have to get there early again. One, to get spots because, I know you don't want to stand for hours on end either.
Not really, yeah. I'm too old for that shit. So do the old belly up to the bar maneuver. Right, and just sit there all night, basically.
Sit there all night.
It's cool
Pizza
with me.
Cat.
Yep.
Fucking love life.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Pizza Cat. I just said that out loud. I think I got hard. Oof.
I did.
So good.
The one thing I'll be real curious about seeing a Rage tribute band is the guitar playing more than anything. If
they can do the Tom Morello.
Yeah, like, can they make their guitar make weird noises like he did? I'm sure, it's not like that's top secret shit. I'm sure, it's just learning the technique, but, it'll be very, very curious to see if it's just that or if they just kind of play more of maybe they kind of circumvent some of that stuff a little bit, if you're going to do it right. Oh,
That's
I agree.
how I feel.
Yeah.
But I guess this is just a tease for the future.
We'll see.
Listening audience.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I'm really sad I missed that.
Yeah, they said they're going to come back in theory.
Yeah.
I would honestly see them again.
Yeah.
Because, I do enjoy Metallica.
Yeah, I was going to say, but fucking Metallica tickets are ridiculous.
Versus $8 Groupon.
Yeah, $100 Metallica tickets for nosebleeds at Comerica Park.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be able to sit together.
Yeah. versus $8 Groupon. I'm 30 feet from stage.
Yeah.
Oh, and this beer cost me $3.
And there's a chance of seeing up the skirt of a 5 foot tall woman.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And a midget. And a full on dick in pussy t-shirt.
Right. Unfortunately, no didgeridoo, but that's all right.
No, well, maybe that was on the shirt too. I don't know.
Huh. Maybe that was the didgeridoo.
Exactly.
Or maybe the didgeridoo was a metaphor for his dick.
I hope not. Because they were all older gentlemen.
Yeah. He just,
And the one guy, the bass player, was rocking a nice beard in that middle band.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, man, when I get older, my beard aspires that. 'Cause it's like the two-tone with the gray.
Oh, right.
That's a great beard that guy has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just have like little stringies of gray.
Yeah. I've just got random hairs. Yeah. I don't have any sort of like group of them yet. They're starting to get more frequent in there, but they're showing up more and more, but it's just like one here, one there,
Right.
Yep. So, what else?
Ugh.
What else this week? What you got?
Well, you know how on this very program, Brian, and I know you and I think we've already talked about this a wee bit. I think we did. Yeah, we did.
Okay.
How I'm always bitching about my shitty laptop.
Yes.
That was the worst of the worst.
Yes.
I now know why.
Yes.
Because since early December, Brian, old Laffy here has been attempting to update my software.
Right.
And I've basically said, fuck you the whole time. And it's been revolting.
Yeah, it has been.
Is basically what's been happening. Because, I don't ever really install new software on this because I'm not like I used to be with computers. And I'm always like, what's the latest program I can fuck around with?
Yeah, right.
I just don't care anymore.
Right.
Yeah. That part of me is dead, apparently.
Right.
But I want to install some software because tax season, TurboTax, because we're cheap fucks.
Sure.
And, it wouldn't let me install the old TurboTax. Because my Windows is like, bitch, I've been trying to install updates since fucking December. You ain't installing anything. Yeah. That's pretty much how it came across.
Right.
So I let it run overnight and update the next morning and and the thing runs great now.
Yeah.
But all I can my only theory is it's for the past X amount of months, stuff's been slowly downloading in the background.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could figure.
It's funny you mention that because I actually, last night, the last couple of days, my computer's been running crazy awful. And I think I mentioned it to you when we recorded with Philip, actually, beforehand, that like my computer had been running like weird, Right. And last night I was on here doing something. I don't remember. Oh, I was posting an Enthusiast, which everybody should go listen to, but we'll get to that in a minute. And while I was doing it, it was just like everything was taking forever. And I was like, man, is there an issue with the internet or is this the computer, And, but stuff was like lightning quick on my phone, like pages were downloading like immediately on my phone. So I'm like, well, it's probably not the internet. It could be, cause there could be something where, since this is on a Wi-Fi, maybe my phone's got a better antenna or whatever,
Right.
But turns out that Windows was trying to install updates. And then, when I did that, I let it finish doing that and then restarted it. And it's been running fine ever since. So
weird. How weird.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I hate the fact that in Windows 10, there's not a thing that pops up that's basically like, yo, we're downloading here. Like it's at this percentage or something. Yeah.
With mine, it would always just like we'd be podcasting.
Yeah.
And the hours of downtime I have it set at is in the middle of the night, and sometimes it go late.
Sure.
And it was always happening, popping podcasting. Hey, bitch, we need to update, restart. And I'm like, no, because we're doing this.
Yeah.
And then obviously I'd go to bed because halftime, when we hit the last 15 minutes of show, I'm like half dead.
Right.
And I just shut the laptop down and go to bed until the next time we use the laptop, which is it's typically only during podcasting anymore because we do everything off our phones pretty much.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. So it's like,
so you don't think, you don't think the next day or something be like, oh, I should probably let the computer or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I kind of feel like a neglectful, like my laptop.
Yeah. That's a whole different show.
That's going to be my stripper name, laptop. My laptop, it is like a neglected Tamagotchi. And I just let it starve to death.
Yeah, you'll do that.
I will.
Or like your
I think
children.
everybody did at some point.
Mm-hmm. Probably, yeah, but most people didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah. Now here's Philip listening to this. What's a Tamagotchi?
I know, right? Damn youngins.
I know. God, I didn't realize he was that young.
Yeah, I did.
I've had some of those moments of young people in my past, so I'm like, I do the math like, well, Logan was born this. Oh, geez.
Yeah. Oh, geez, I'm old. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I get you.
Like when Logan was born, you were 6. Oh, man.
Yeah. That's the best part. Somebody you see as like a peer and you realize they're only a couple years older than your son.
Yeah, right.
Your teenage son. That's the difference.
Yes.
You know, like if he was 30 or something, first of all, that'd be incredible, but.
Yeah, right. Jesus.
Like Tony's banging broads at 10.
Fucking yeah. Like, slinging that child dick. That sounds awful.
That was not good. That went down a dark path real fast.
Yes, boy, did it. Could have got worse.
Yeah. Oh, it certainly could have.
Show. If Tate was still here, it would have got worse.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
Just to twist the knife a little.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We certainly would have probably done that. Yeah. So what else?
Yeah, that is always weird. Well, I yesterday, I love the Risk and the Jisk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big fans. I mean, I know, and don't hold this against some people. They're Buckeye fans, Ohio State Buckeye fans. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
So right now they're on the Buckeye Cruise.
Okay.
Which is a thing, apparently.
Okay.
Right? And so it's a cruise ship full of Buckeye fans, which is a perfect time to cue like the Bill Burr, sink cruise ships bit.
Yeah.
But so yesterday, I'm at work being miserable. It's cold. It's fucking rainy. Basically, anytime I step out of my office, I want to die immediately because I'm just soaked to the bone.
Right.
I'm like, this is terrible. Why? This sucks. Why am I? And then I start getting texts. It's from the Risk. She's like, hey, Tony, can you send me that map? I'm like, huh? And it clicks.
Like a map of Hawaii? This is awkward.
Yeah. Like, hold on. We work some stuff up.
Yeah.
Work
some stuff up. All right.
But it clicks because one of my coworkers, her and her husband, like a year ago, they went to Key West, right?
Sure.
And she's like, hey, anybody you can recommend? And I'm like, well, and actually I did this for Don and Renee 6 months previous, although they never made it off the boat for some reason. But they're like, hey, so I made a Google map of places that I recommend.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Here's good places to eat. Here's some good bars to go to, blah, 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 blah.
That's cool.
So yeah, right. So I passed it along to them, and I started getting more texts. Like, oh, hey, we're going to this one brewery, which I'd never heard of. Mm. Right? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Now, they're sending me texts and pictures of them basically in paradise, living life.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I just feel like dying.
Sure.
But they sent me this picture of this bar down there that I had never been to, which there's like 8,000 bars, so it's really not shocking.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a lot.
But they have Tito's vodka, right?
Mm-hmm.
On tap.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Me neither.
I've never seen vodka on tap.
Machine.
Yeah.
But it was like a tap tower with 2 tap handles that were Tito's.
That's wild. Okay.
Tito's on tap.
Wow, they must go through a lot of Tito's there then.
That is fucking crazy. And wow. I don't know what does it come out of? It can't be bottles. Is it a keg of Tito's? There's so many questions.
Yeah. That's very interesting. I don't know. We need answers to this.
I know. The only thing I can say is it guarantees ice cold vodka.
Yeah, and that may be the main reason that it's
problem
that it's there,
But I've never seen, well, like I said, with the exception of a Jaeger machine, but that's not really on tap.
Right.
I've never seen liquor on tap before.
I don't think I have either. Yeah, aside from, like you said, a Jaeger machine. And again, that's just to keep the Jaeger cold.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's technically a tap, but it's all self-contained. This was it looked like a beer tap. Like, it was a tap tower.
Huh.
Which means there's lines running to something that's holding lots of Tito's.
Right. Wow. Interesting.
Just mine was like,
Sure, yeah.
And like I said, I just have so many questions now because I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like how much vodka do you need?
Right.
What sort of drinks do they make here that they need vodka on tap?
Right.
Because no one's like, give me a pint of vodka.
Not generally. I've seen people order, vodka straight, but usually you only get a small.
In my opinion, that's dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're gonna drink straight booze, get some flavor to it.
Amen.
Unless you're trying to trick my brother-in-law and you get everybody water except him.
Yeah.
Man, wouldn't go down though.
Yep.
God damn it.
Well, you got to do something, right?
It's true.
Oh.
But yeah, I was simultaneously like happy.
Yeah.
Because I'm always telling like people like, oh, it's so great down there. It's amazing. So I was like, oh, fuck yeah, they're going. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
And possibly plan a future trip.
Right.
Because once you go there, it's like, oh, this place is awesome. But at the same time, I'm like, God damn it. Now I want to be in warm weather with a drink in my hand, staring at the ocean.
Yeah.
And probably titties.
Probably. Yeah.
Because Key West.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, God damn. It was, really kind of bummed me out.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Oh.
Yeah. That's probably why they were sending it to you.
It wouldn't surprise me. Those bastards.
Yeah. Be like, hey, let's send these to Tony. Tee.
Yeah, snicker.
Yep.
Tee.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I did more during my week, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think I'm tapped out, man.
All right. Fair enough. I didn't do a lot this week. So, I told you this a little bit beforehand, but, I was in GameStop yesterday and, I was waiting to talk to manager there. And while I was waiting, this guy comes up to me and just like, hey, do you play a lot of games? And I'm like, I was like, not really, but I kind of know what's going on. What do you need? And he's like, can I ask some questions? I was like, sure, And he asks me, basically he wants to know what comes with an Xbox One, because he wants to make sure he doesn't get home and not have something, which I totally get,
Right.
And, I told him to go grab, a charger, battery pack and charger for the controllers, because otherwise you just use batteries and those suck. So
battery.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that really sucks because, you're just going to be buying batteries all the damn time if you play a lot.
For sure.
And, so he was like, oh, okay. And then, we got to talking and I helped him pick out a few games because he wasn't really sure what he wanted. He hasn't played video games since like PlayStation 2, basically. So it's been a little bit since he's picked anything up,
PlayStation 2.
Yeah. It's 2 PlayStations ago.
That was, I do believe when PlayStation 2 was out, Brian, Bobby's World was on TV.
That's a nice call forward.
That is a call. The old call forward.
Well, it is, because that episode won't
get
drop.
That joke in the future.
Yeah. Oh, shit. So, I point him in the direction of some good games, because he wanted a shooter, and he was like, telling me about, they do like Medal of Honor, and I'm like, well, Call of Duty pretty much will do that, or Battlefield, the new one, those are both, they'll get the job done. Right. And stuff, just little stuff like that. Although he did ask me about racing games, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know shit about racing games, other than I saw they're making like Burnout Paradise for PlayStation 4, like they're doing a remaster of it.
Really?
Which probably is going to look awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But one of my all-time favorite games, Burnout Paradise.
Yeah, that was a great game. What a great $20. Do you remember when they redid that game and you had to download that massive file?
Yes.
It was worth it though. Anyway.
So worth it.
So the manager comes over, and this is a guy that, like, my brother and I, we go into GameStop enough that, you know, we know the guy a little bit and talk to him pretty regularly. He comes up and he's like, "Did you just make a sale for me?" And I was like, "I didn't just make a sale." I'm like, "I upsold because I sold you a charger, you know, a charging cable pack, which is another 20 or $25 on top of the Xbox." I'm like, and from talking to him, I think he was only going to buy 2 games and he bought 3. So, you know, I was like, I didn't just sell, I upsold.
Like, I sold all the shit.
Yeah. And
so, like, I spent a good 15 minutes on the clock. I believe
right?
you owe me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, right?
You know, my brother was like, wow. He's like, you know, that came really natural to you. And I was like, yeah, it's just, I mean, honestly, all it was just answering questions a guy had, you know?
Right.
I've done it in other stores too. Like, you know, I'll be in Toys R Us and I'll hear somebody say something like they're not sure of this or that. And I'll be like, oh, that, you know, whatever. Just being nice more than anything.
Yeah.
But,
like, no, you hit her with a phone book so it doesn't leave a bruise.
Right. You hit everybody. I hit everyone with phone books. Just,
yeah.
All you have to remember is don't hit with the corner, the edge. Cause you know, you could get a corner.
Well, I'm just glad someone's using the phone book.
Yeah,
what a waste.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was just kind of weird though, you know, how easy it really is to just step right into that, place. You know?
I mean, how long were you in that world before, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, you know, I know video games, I'm not like completely like current and up to date and all, you know, I don't like constantly all that shit.
I'm not talking to video games.
Oh, I know.
Okay. I was like, talk about the retail world, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, because the skeleton of that, you know, applies everywhere. And that's really all it would have been, was just good customer service, you know?
It's basically like when you watch like a kung fu movie, and the young thugs are bugging the old man, and he's just like, and he just fucking wipes the floor of them.
Yeah. Because
he's got that old man kung fu action in him.
Yeah, right.
That was your old man kung fu action.
You're right. Right? Yeah, it was, but what you said about the 15 minutes thing, I did tell him that, you know, he should give me some store credit or something, so.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't get any.
Some.
Yeah, I should have, but.
You know, store credit, hand job, something.
Yeah, right, whatever. I don't really want a hand job from the guys that were working, though. So, you know, maybe if they had, you know, prettier guys or one of the women were there or something.
Right, fair enough.
The guys look like they'd be too aggressive. So,
I mean, I did see a either mildly attractive woman today wearing way too much makeup, or a really hot guy wearing way too much makeup earlier.
Yeah, fair enough.
Walking across the road, I was like, not sure what's going on there.
Right? Like, that's either awesome or terrifying.
Exactly. I'm questioning things.
Yeah. It's like, you know, whatever. If you're a guy wearing the makeup, it's like, you do you. If you're a woman wearing that much makeup, I mean, you do you too. Whatever, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whatever makes you happy, I guess.
Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah. I've seen that on some of the dating apps, though. Is like, you know, when you're sliding through the pictures of people, and you'll see sometimes you're just like, wow, that's a lot of makeup. You know, and I don't mean like the new style with all the fucking contouring bullshit to where there's like 18 coats of paint on people's faces.
Right.
You know, it's just like, I'm talking more like they're doing their makeup like from the 80s. You know, big, heavy eyeshadow, lots of lipstick, and, you know. And it is a shame. You know, I was thinking about that, and it's like, as these styles kind of change, it's like, you notice like a lot of times people have the same hairstyle, or will have the same hairstyle from like their 20s, like their whole life basically. Like they don't know that there's other haircuts out there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
fuck, I'm a victim of that now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Man, you keep going with that shaved head thing. I'm like, I know, right?
Like, let it go already, would you?
Oh, jeez.
Jesus, yeah. But it's kind of unfortunate sometimes when you're like, wow, you look like you're stuck 20 years ago or 30 years ago, and that's probably not the intention.
You mean like the mullet?
Yes.
That I witnessed this last weekend.
Yep. Or every once in a while you'll still see a woman that looks like she sprayed her bangs against the wall. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Look at those
Saved by the
bangs.
Bell, bitch. What are you doing?
Oof, you know. Or you'll still see a guy with some haircut from, 20 years ago or whatever. Like the, I don't know. Some of them have kind of come back. I was going to say like the shaved up one side thing. I don't know if you remember, like when guys were doing that. Now that's like the in haircut for women is to get.
Well, dude, when I had my
undercut.
long hair, I did that.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yep.
The
No.
undercut.
I mean more just on one side, but yeah.
Oh yeah. I thought that was hilarious that undercut style came back.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, I rocked that one in my youth. Back when I looked like a fucking Q-tip.
Accurate.
My not a Jew fro I had rocking.
Yep.
My hair's a little curly.
A little bit.
Little bit.
All right, so what else you got?
I mean...
Oh, I was telling about my week.
Yeah, I was like, I think I already wrapped it up. I can probably make some shit up.
All right, let me.
I fought a dinosaur.
Who didn't, though?
Crazy.
I wish I fought a dinosaur. That'd been fun.
All right. Right in his face.
So, this week, or this past week, I finished up 6 Feet Under. Because I'd been watching that.
Like the metal band?
No.
Fucking sick.
No. I like the HBO TV show from like the 90s.
Oh.
Or 2000s. Actually, sorry, it was the early 2000s.
Right.
But that was a really good series. I really enjoyed the writing and the characters and everything. And it was, and the finale fit. Like the finale didn't feel like it was ridiculous. Like it felt like a really good finale for the show. Like, and the show ended kind of where it needed to. They didn't stretch for extra seasons or, whatever. It really kind of felt like the story came full circle and was complete, so I was really happy about that, cause you know how it is. A lot of shows, they get that 1 or 2 seasons too many and you're like, ooh,
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Dexter.
God damn it, you people.
Like Dexter,
Yeah. The Office.
The Office. Oh God. Yeah. Community. Yeah.
Yeah. Those later seasons were rough.
Yep. So,
yeah.
But anyways, it was, like I said, it was a good show. There's like 5 seasons of it. I think there's like 10 episodes a season.
That's not bad.
No. And they were pretty interesting. I love the stuff like it showed them like visualizing, like scenarios. And then a lot of times they'll wake up, like they'll sit up in bed and realize that was all a dream kind of a thing.
Right. I think I've been there before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have.
When I dream, it's vivid as fuck.
Me too.
Yeah.
So, that kind of stuff was cool. But anyway, like I said, I really dug the characters. What was really weird for me, and anybody going back and watching this, pretty much it'll be that way too, is Michael C. Hall, who played Dexter.
Mm-hmm.
He plays one of the characters on this show. And he's a gay man that's basically a doormat type of person. He's not real, like, strong and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, I thought that was like a bear, but not like a bottom bear, a doormat.
But it was so weird to see, oddly enough, 2 series that were on for a few years with him working around dead people in both of them.
Accurate.
Yeah. But anyway, it was just so weird because seeing him as Dexter, where he's essentially, doesn't feel things and he's cold and isolated. And in this show, he's kind of cold and isolated, but it's for different reasons. It's because he's kind of emotionally stunted, plus the whole, being gay is kind of like the self-hating gay man kind of thing. And
God, it sucks. I love dick.
Yeah.
Basically,
yeah.
Huh.
But that was really weird though, because when you see him, like even if we see him in a TV show or something now, you're probably going to be like, oh, Dexter's in this. Not Michael C. Hall, but oh, Dexter's in this. And people will know who you mean.
Well, when you said Michael C. Hall, I was like my mental Rolodex started flipping. You're like, Dexter. I'm like, oh yeah,
that guy. Yeah.
That guy.
Yep.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, that's the wrong guy.
I know. I know.
They all look the same to you, don't they?
I'm like, oh fuck, he's on TV.
That's terrible. Yeah. So it was really weird though.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Cause I can't imagine what it was like for people who had seen that show and then watching Dexter. You know, be kind of,
weird.
Yeah. But, he's
Can
really.
Can you imagine if you were a time traveler or like you came from some sort of weird country?
I do.
And you start, fair enough. You started watching TV and you saw that whole thing play like Like, imagine you brought some dude from a tribe, and you're like, sit down, you're watching 6 Feet Under.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to watch Dexter. No context of what the fuck TV is.
Yeah.
Here's the same guy.
Well, what would be interesting is, aside from, the timeline wouldn't quite add up, but it kind of does, because Dexter happens after 6 Feet Under. You could see, like, okay, so all the things he goes through in the 6 Feet Under show led to him becoming Dexter, basically. Like, if you ignored the Dexter origin story kind of a thing, you could almost run one into the other, and it would be kind of funny,
Yeah, we should write this.
Yeah. It's like, he used to work with dead people, now he creates them, but... yeah.
He used to love Dick. Now he chops him off. Like, what? I guess?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be interesting to explain at that point, though, too, because he certainly wasn't gay in Dexter.
No. He was just there, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he made kids and stuff, but he's not really...
Yeah. Wasn't really connected.
Wasn't really connected, yeah.
Kind of, but not.
I honestly gave up on Dexter after John Lithgow ass season. Because I was just like, I started watching the next season. I'm like, this is just not getting entertaining to me.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it anymore, guys.
Which season was Lithgow? 3 or 4?
I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, I can't remember. The last 2 seasons were kind of, the last season especially, I was like, The season before that was kind of weak. I actually almost stopped then, but I was like, when they announced the next season would be the final, I was like, well, I'm going to see it through.
Yeah, I guess I'll push all my chips in.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then, after I finished, 6 Feet Under, I saw that they put the new season of, Broad City in, Hulu. So I've been watching that.
Nice.
So, cause I just love that story. Like, there's one of the episodes where one of the characters gets, they're doing like coke and different stuff at this party, and she's like dancing around, and then all of a sudden her stomach kind of starts rumbling, and she gets into the bathroom and she can't get herself out of her leotard thing, and basically shits herself.
Oh my.
Well, and then, what's his name? Hannibal Buress plays her on again, off again boyfriend, basically. And, he comes into the bathroom to check on her, basically, and, she's like, I'm gonna need you to look away real quick, cause she rips the thing so she can, clean herself. And he goes, okay, so he closes his eyes and you just see her doing the towel floss.
That's hilarious.
Just back and forth, and they're talking while she's doing it, kind of a thing. And, and then, when he opens his eyes up, he's like, well, I'm gonna go out here. He's like, I'm pretty sure, or he's like, I don't know what you were doing while I had my eyes closed. And she was like, yeah, I think it made it worse. She's like, I may have a medical issue now. It was, so.
Yeah, never wipe forward.
No. Always side to side. Yep.
Side to side, front to back. I'm not even a lady, and I know that rule.
Right? Well,
of course, I had a daughter.
Yeah, I was going to say you had a daughter. That's something
exactly.
Parents need to learn real quick.
Yeah, it's not like,
That's the only reason I know it, is because I've heard a parent tell me.
Yeah, it's not like when she shat her diaper and it's going to yell at her, figure it out, you're unclean.
I mean, it happens,
It does.
Especially now.
Yeah.
You just walk around pointing at her, you're unclean.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So, anyway, I've really dug that show. I mean, people can, honestly, without getting political here, but one of my favorite things in this season is every time they say Trump, it's beeped.
Really?
Yeah, like it's a cuss word. It cracks me
funny.
up because, whatever. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because reasons.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah. That's about all I've been watching, though. Listening to basically the same podcast. I'm moving forward on them, though. I'm still burning through the ones on my...
Plowing forward?
Yeah. Still a long ways from current, but, working on it.
I hear you.
Working on it.
I'm about a week and a half behind on all my shit.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah. I've got a couple podcasts I'm only a week and a half behind on, but...
I could probably be closer, but I keep, not that it's a bad thing, but I keep going, God, I want some music in my life. So I've been listening to more music, you know?
Yep. I know I've been doing the same thing.
I love Spotify, but I hate Spotify at the same time. For the reasons I bitch about every time. Is like, it's not easy to find new music on Spotify.
Right.
Despite the fact they've got like a browse tab and new music Friday. Half time I'm like, I don't want to hear the newest jam from Bruno Mars.
Yeah, you do. Don't lie.
You know, I'm not mad at Migos. I'll listen to some Migos. That's all right.
Right.
You know?
Have you listened to the Black Panther soundtrack yet?
Some of it, yeah.
I've heard it's a really strong soundtrack.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's Kendrick, so I mean, you can't go off Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
You know?
I haven't thrown that up on Spotify and listened yet.
So I've been on the old Kendrick Lamar train for a little while now. It's been nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, because you were on with How to Pimp a Butterfly, if I'm not mistaken.
Fuck yeah. Great album. That was when it was T and I driving, because it was like Don's birthday, and we were going to Bryan, to that weird brewery out there.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I was like, and I pissed off everybody in the car, because I'm like, T, you got to listen to this. And we were just jamming it, and they were all bitching in the back behind us.
That's funny.
Like, yeah, I'm not drunk, don't care.
Yeah, you know? Right? Yeah, it's like, I'm driving. It's important for me to,
Yeah.
Right.
It's important for me to share this with my friend T.
I agree. Totally agree with you.
I mean, we were definitely the two blackest people in the car that day.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. So, speaking of Black Panther, did you see how much cash that sumbitch made?
I'm sure it's a shitload, because I do enjoy the Instagrams. And as I'm perusing the Instagram, especially the ones on our page, which is a lot of podcasters and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's so many Black Panther posts.
Yeah.
So many.
Yep. What was really cool to me is seeing all the stuff that was various coverage where it showed like kids coming out. Like there was one where, there was, I don't remember, it was a little girl or a little boy, a black one, and they pointed to the poster and kind of was like that could be me kind of a thing. And I've heard about various places where kids have kind of done that, and it's like, that's so important, because there really has been a lack of, in the superhero movies and TV shows, there's not been a lot of minorities. They've been mostly white people. So it's good to see that. Plus, Black Panther was always, I always dug Black Panther. Like almost every series that's come out, I've read at least some of it. Because usually it starts out really good, and then I think people don't know what to do with it at a certain point. Or because of the stupid big event thing, they've got to tie it in, and then it kind of loses its steam. Dude, the toys in the store though, the action figures are hard to find, and like the stuff, like they've got like a glove thing that's has claws on it, and the masks and stuff. Those have been selling really well from just the stores I've been in over the weeks, noticing, especially once it came out, all of a sudden you started seeing a lot less of that stuff, which is awesome. Cause that means, kids are digging it and wanting to be, that character. That's awesome to me,
No, I know the kids are digging, Black Panther. You know what I'm digging?
No.
Sex Panther. Cause 60% of the time, it works every time.
That's what I heard. The math don't lie on that.
Math don't lie.
Yeah.
No, that is awesome though. That is awesome. Yeah. I mean, it's just Marvel's always just cranking them out of the park anymore.
And I'm sure you remember, like forever ago, like when I was like, the only thing that scares me a little bit is depending on how the story is done, like how much of the politics of Wakanda and stuff are done, that some people may not have any interest in it, but from what I'm reading, it sounds like there's a really good balance of stuff, because it's a huge part of the story, because he's king and he's Black Panther, he's right. So he's a superhero and he's the king of a country. So yeah, I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it, but I'm really anxious to see it.
I would like to see it as well.
Yeah. So it's done really well, as we said, because, see here, updated as of today, earlier today, this is from deadline.com. It has taken in $520.1 million worldwide, And many in the industry seem to think that by the time it's done, it will top $1 billion.
Well, there you go.
Which is a massive win. I mean, it was shot for $200 million, so it's already doubled plus its money.
Right.
So of course they're happy about that, I'm sure. And what was it? I think it opened you know how they always have it broke the records, but it'll be like, you know, it broke the record for biggest opening on a Thursday after good, you know, I don't know, a rainstorm on Tuesday or something like that, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you're like, wait, what?
Like, huh? Like, it's extra foggy today, record.
Right. So anyway, but it broke a couple records, I guess. Made almost $100 million, I think, the first, day or two type of thing. It just ballooned so fast. When I saw those numbers, I was like, awesome. I was like, that means, first of all, people were super stoked for it. And, you know, and then the reviews really were coming out. Like, I had seen some industry type reviews and they were all good, you know, and then I started seeing, various comic writers and artists all like, dude, they nailed it. Like, this is the best Marvel movie kind of things coming out. And I was like, that's really cool. I'm glad to see that. So, and again, however you want to look at it, socially, it's a very important movie, you know.
Right.
I'm glad it's not a bad movie, you know, because if it was bad, you wouldn't see any more.
I gotta say though, Black Panther and everyone's loving it and respecting all that.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the throwback. Pink Panther.
No, after the last Pink Panther movies, they don't need to fool with that anymore.
I'm talking the originals.
Yeah, that's fine, but But, you know, so that means that Luke Cage has done fairly well, and this has done really well, obviously. So I'm very happy to see those things.
Yeah, for sure, right?
I mean, if nothing else, just because, you know, comic book fan, and I want to see this stuff continue. I don't want to see a decline in these movies, you know?
Right.
Although Infinity War hasn't done a lot to really excite me, the previews and stuff, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. I mean, it looks fine. It's just nothing about it that I'm like, ooh, you know? So.
Right.
We'll see.
What's the next DC movie? Right?
Shit, what is the next one?
Because everyone's like, oh my God, Marvel movie. Everyone's jacking off.
Yeah.
DC, what?
I think it's another Justice League member, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't remember which one.
I'm pulling it up.
Okay. I think it's The Flash, if I'm not mistaken. Or Aquaman. Yeah, that's right. Aquaman.
Followed by Shazam.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Shazam was being made too. Yeah.
And Wonder Woman 2, and in 2020, the untitled DC movie.
Wow. All right.
That one will be sick.
That's weird. I figured Flash would get a movie in there somewhere, but okay.
Yeah.
Must not feel like it can stand on its own as a movie.
Yeah, I guess not, huh?
Yeah, it's got a TV show. It's fine. Different guy, but you know what I mean. It's good enough.
Right.
Good enough. Not that I know. I haven't watched it in like 2 seasons. So.
Wow. They actually have quite a few. Do you want to hear? They have quite a few DC movies lined up.
Yeah.
You want me to run them down real quick?
Sure. Now, are any of these animated, or are these all feature?
I honestly, I'm not reading them.
Oh, okay.
I was just scrolling through the titles.
Okay.
So, Justice League, Aquaman, Shazam, Wonder Woman 2, the untitled DC movie, Cyborg.
Okay.
Untitled DC movie.
Man, I don't know about Cyborg. I don't know
either.
Yeah, we'll see.
The Green Lantern Corps.
That could be interesting.
The Batman.
Right.
Suicide Squad 2.
Sure.
The Flashpoint. There you go.
Oh, dude.
Man of Steel 2.
If they make a Flashpoint movie, that could be really awesome.
If they do it right.
I mean, they made an animated one, and it was fantastic. Because the comic was amazing. So it's, you know, basically the same, you know, they did a pretty good treatment on that. So
I fully expect them to fuck it up.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
Black Adam.
Getting his own
Nightwing movie.
Huh? Nightwing would be cool.
Yeah, Nightwing.
I always thought Nightwing would make for a great, you know, like Marvel doing their shows on Netflix. I always thought Nightwing would be a great show like that, I think.
Like an episodic type situation?
Yeah, Because,
Yeah.
you know, he's got enough detective in him from being trained with Batman, plus you have that action of fighting, and you don't have to go crazy with effects because he's just a human, you know?
Right.
So it'd be fairly cheap to shoot versus, you know, you don't have a bunch of CG for his powers or whatever, you know?
Yeah, he's just kicking ass with a staff.
Yeah.
Flying around Bloodhaven.
Exactly.
Doing shit.
Yep.
Batgirl.
Oh, yeah, that's
Gotham-
right. Because actually, Batgirl, was it yesterday or whatever? Joss Whedon actually stepped aside from it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
The Gotham City Sirens.
Okay.
Yeah. Deathstroke.
Okay.
Justice League Dark, which could be interesting. Untitled Harley Quinn and Joker movie.
Of course.
Yeah. Untitled non-DCU Joker movie.
Okay.
Harley Quinn solo movie. And then
Sure.
that's where it ends.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll be honest, I'm really surprised that a Joker movie, the Joker Harley Quinn movie, or the Harley Quinn movie on its own are that far down the road.
Yes.
Those are ones that I would think they'd want to get done and out sooner than later. Like, movies like Black Adam are the ones that you would think they would push back.
Well, apparently, because, you know, I remember reading this a while ago that The Rock is already signed on for Black Adam.
Right. And that's,
So I'm sure they're like, oh, fuck, The Rock.
yeah,
You know, he'll be rock bottoming Shazam through a building or something.
that'd be pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, actually.
I just don't know about a Black Adam movie. I'm not that familiar with Shazam either. You know, I never was a huge Shazam fan, you know,
Yeah.
but
I'm with you.
I don't know,
I don't know.
that a lot of people are. It's interesting.
I know we've had this talk 8 million times on this podcast, but just DC, unless it's animated, they just don't get it done.
Yeah.
Their live action stuff is just not hitting it.
Right. And Wonder Woman was good.
Wonder Woman was good. I honestly, I feel like they're slowly churning the ship around.
Yeah. Which, you know, if you're using that analogy, would not be a fast turnaround. It's going to take a little.
Yeah. But I mean, for the longest time, they're like, oh, look at this shit. And everyone's like, oh my God. And then the movie comes on and you're like, what happened?
Like, oh.
But it's, I mean, I guess the popcorn was good.
Yeah. There were enough people that like Justice League. So I still haven't seen it. So I
haven't seen it either.
Tell you, yeah. I've been hoping it would show up on like HBO or something.
Yeah. But Justice League dropped after Wonder Woman.
True.
So I feel like it's part of the churn. Like they're like,
yeah.
It felt like when DC is like, all right, we're making movies.
Yeah.
That it was, we're going to make them as gritty as fuck.
Yeah.
And people are going to be like, yeah, we love gritty. When actually people enjoy the campy fun that the Marvel movies bring.
The thing is, what it ended up being was they saw that the Batman movies were doing really well as gritty movies, and I think they were like, let's make the whole universe that way, and it doesn't work, you know?
No. Superman should not be gritty.
Nope. I agree.
He's a Boy Scout.
Right. Unless, I mean, there's certain stories if you're telling, yes, but, you know, like Batman versus Superman, he should be a little different, but
but if it's just like Man of Steel and he's like brooding with a beard and a lumberjack and it's like no, you're supposed to be like in the sunshine, love and life, like deep Dick and Lois, flying around saving children.
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
Oh God, oh whatever.
Yeah, brooding is what Batman does. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. It's like this is not the Superman we all know and love.
Yeah. I'm with you. I really think that's where they missed their mark. Whereas Marvel, you know, has really kind of stayed true to most of the characters. They haven't really, shifted a character to where you're like, I don't know, that doesn't really, you know.
Right.
And, you know, and Guardians certainly did a lot for Marvel. Because Guardians, I think, really kind of, you know, like you could, if you didn't like Thor Ragnarok, which I haven't seen yet, but if someone didn't like it, I think you have Guardians to blame for that. Because I think Guardians made that movie okay to make that way with all the bright colors and whatnot. You know, otherwise Thor probably wouldn't have been quite as neon, you know?
Yeah. Kind of silly from what I heard.
That's what I've heard, yeah. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I want to see it. I just, again, I've been waiting for it to come out hoping that it would hit Netflix or something like that, you know?
Right.
Not that I'm holding my breath, but if not, my brother will probably buy it and I'll just borrow it.
Boom.
I
There
got
you go.
Spider-Man Homecoming sitting on my desk right now, so I need to watch. Because I just don't go to the theater to see stuff anymore. So
yeah, I mean, we try to see the Marvel movies in the theater because the kids like them too.
Sure.
Know, so
yeah,
but I mean, we haven't. Hopefully we'll go see Black Panther. But I mean, the last movie we saw was Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because we just don't go that often. At least I don't.
Well, it makes sense. I just don't like the experience of it anymore. And it's a lot of money for somebody who's unemployed. Well, it's a lot of money for anybody.
Although, it is a lot of money for anybody. Although, Brian, and I know we're going to go local for this gig.
Woo!
Logan, because he's becoming an older gentleman, went with his friends to see Star Wars again. Mm-hmm. A couple months ago or whatever, when it was still out and about. And he went to the theaters up in Monroe, Michigan.
Yeah.
Here.
Yep.
Apparently those theaters are baller status theaters.
Really?
Like they have recliners.
Wow.
And unlimited popcorn and drink.
It's basically the only reason to go into that mall. That mall is a very much a dying area.
He said, he was like, if we go see a movie, guys, we need to go to this theater because it was amazing.
Well, and you think about the drive to where the theater is versus the drive there, it's not that much further.
Not from where I live.
Well, for me either.
Sure.
It's about 15 to 20 minutes one way, and it's like 25 minutes to Monroe, So, yeah. And if that's the difference, it's worth it.
Yeah. And I know not that far from that theater is one of my favorite bars, the Northside Bar and Grill.
I don't know where that is.
Oh, they have all the taps and all the bourbons.
Interesting. No, I don't know where it is. I'm very familiar with the area where the theater is and stuff because, as I've gone out looking for
Brian,
toys.
We'll have to road trip to Monroe. I'll have to get a hold of our friend Steve and be like, we're coming over, motherfucker. We're drinking all your things. And he's got a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then we'll go get some milk and we'll go see a movie.
I like that. That's good. Wait a minute. This may not be a great idea at the end there. Man. Yeah, because it's... That mall's been kind of on the decline for a while. A bunch of the anchor stores have closed now. There was a Target that was an anchor store there, and a Target closed.
Whoa.
And that blew my mind because Kmart up there was still open, which it's now closed, but it was still open. And they had just built a super Walmart up there. But there was a Walmart before, so it's not like, Walmart moved in, so that's probably why Target went out. I just think that area is a Walmart town. I don't think it's a Target town.
Well, it is Monroe.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I really think it's a Walmart town.
I know I'm not like super fancy pants gentleman over here, but they've got like one local coffee shop up there that I'm familiar with, and Starbucks.
Yeah,
that just opened not that long ago.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like anytime I was working, I was in Monroe, and I because you know me. I need coffee basically coursing through my system all day long. Mm-hmm. It was hard pressed to get something in Monroe that I wanted.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That's why I used to go up there and get stuff for, to sell on eBay. Also, they had a really good art supply store up there, which is now in the mall, and it's a different name. It was bought out by some other chain. But that place was always great to go because they had all sorts of stuff for arts and crafts, that kind of stuff. But,
right.
They had a lot of stuff that like Michael's and Hobby Lobby didn't carry. So it was, worth the drive up there. And if they didn't have it, there's a Hobby Lobby up there. So I could just swing over there and get something,
Swing on by the Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, Brian?
What's that?
I'm an idiot.
Okay.
I did do something else this week.
Okay.
This guy right here, I became a blogger.
Oh God. No.
Well, once upon a time, my wife and I, we did a little blog called the Family Pantry. We just put recipes up of stuff we're making, whatever.
Okay.
And I was, for some reason over this week, I was like, God, for some reason I feel like making fucking bread. I don't know why. And I started remembering, like, I was like, I also miss doing that blog.
Is that bread with, like, a hole cut out of it?
What?
You said bread? You said fucking bread.
Yeah. Yeah, also known as dick bread. Which sounds like a terrible attorney.
Yeah, it's my dick in the bread.
Dick Bread, Esquire.
Oh my.
But I kind of miss doing that, like that blog that we used to do. But I cannot for the life of me remember any of the login shit.
Right.
You know?
I did that a long time ago too. I couldn't remember.
So I was like, fuck it. I'm like, I'll just make a new one. I just listened to a Tim Ferriss podcast where he's talking about how great WordPress is. Never used it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just make a WordPress account and I'll start my own little thing going again with and then the wife and I can have a little blog. It'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the way I was angling our little blog was like more of a family friendly thing. And I was going to call this bread I was making, I was going to call it Your Mama's Basic Bitch White Bread. I'm like,
sure.
That doesn't work for this family-friendly thing I'm trying to angle for.
Right.
So then I switched it up, and I made another one. And I've been, like 3 days in a row, I've made posts.
Is it about...
what happened?
Oh, okay.
Like the first, because I made a loaf of bread, and the loaf failed because the yeast was dead. So I was like, fuck it, I'm still blogging about this.
Right.
And actually, it feels good to write.
Yeah.
You know?
It really does.
So I did that.
I don't do it enough because I was writing about
I know.
stuff.
I kind of I did it and I was like, fuck, that felt good. And then so I was like, I'm going to do another one because we got this little like square of chainmail to scrub cast iron with.
Interesting.
Right? So I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'll review that. Because when I put a picture of it up on Snapchat, Michelle again, she's like, wow, that's the manliest washcloth. And that really made me laugh.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, all right.
I missed that
and then I was
somehow.
like, well, now I got to write.
I didn't see that. All right.
But it's like, it's weird. So if you want to, it's called Hops and Smoke. Look me up on WordPress, kids.
All right. We'll have a link in the
Oh yeah, I guess
show notes. I would assume you're probably going to put a link on the website too, right?
I wasn't planning on it, but I can.
I mean, Tony clearly wasn't going to do that.
I mean, it's like I've been posting it on my Pinterest. Well, because
just stop.
I don't want to feel like I don't know. I feel weird promoting shit anymore.
Yeah, I know. I always do too. Like I'm in like 20 some Twitter rooms. You'd think I would drop our podcast link in all the rooms. Not so much. If I do, it's in like 3, and that's right. If I do, because I just don't like doing that. You know.
Yeah, I hear you.
I just got to change it. You know. Because it's the only way people are going to find out.
Yeah, I know. But it's weird on the whole because I add tags and like I have people liking and following my shit now, and I'm like, this is not what I was expecting. I was just going to throw stuff. I was going to throw words into the ether because it felt good to do it.
Right. Yeah. It is, and it can be, like, for me, it's really cathartic, too, because there's sometimes where there just be, I have, in my email, I have a folder where I just, every once in a while, I'll think of something for a blog topic. I'll just type up a real quick email and send it to myself. You know, I've got, 30 or so in there that I just need to start picking and writing.
I don't know what your blog platform is, but I download the WordPress app.
Uh-huh.
I can just do it from my phone. It's pretty legit. Like, you can put links and photos in and everything.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to look into that.
It's kind of slick.
Because I think mine is on WordPress. I can tell you in a second here. Maybe? Yeah, it's on WordPress.
Because I haven't seen you promote yours in a long time.
No, because I haven't posted. The last one I posted was September 24th.
There you go.
So I need to get back on that because it's so funny because every time I do that, I'm like, yeah, I put up a new blog, and then I'll be like, yeah, I really need to do this more, and then I don't for like 3 to 6 months, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I should do another one.
Well, it's like, so I talked about my failed bread, and I talked about the chainmail thing, and then I was just drinking a beer earlier, and I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to review this beer on my blog, because why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
It's hops and smoke.
Right.
I almost just said something horrible.
And it's your blog, you know. Somebody doesn't like it, hit the bricks.
Yeah, hit the bricks, bitch.
Yeah.
It is cathartic. There's something I like when I was typing it out, because I was doing it when I was waiting at a Tire Man, waiting for my stupid tire to get plugged at work.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it. And it's just like, God, I missed writing.
Yeah.
Because I used to write all the time in like high school and shit.
Yeah, I did too. Yep.
You know?
Yeah, I got totally away from it, especially after being out of school. You know, when you're in school, you're still writing papers or journals or whatever for classes. But once you're out of all of that, you really don't have to write all the time unless your job requires it, you know?
And I do have a journal around here. So it's in my backpack. That's is.
Right.
But I don't write in it every day like I should.
Yeah. I actually, you know what's funny is I did that a lot when I was, a teenager, like junior high, high school. And it's weird because as an adult, I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to write in a journal,
Dear diary.
Yeah. And I should because, you know, like as we've talked on the Crazy Life and stuff, I should do like a gratitude list occasionally.
There's an app for that.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Yeah.
There is. Ferris talked about it.
And you know what I mean?
I used to have it on my phone all the time.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like I should do stuff like that at least occasionally and stuff. And I don't. I should because it's really part of the work of fighting against depression and being mindful and all that stuff. So those are things I probably should do and I don't do enough. I'm more the type to think of my gratitude list like while I'm meditating or something than I am to write it down.
Doesn't it suck, Brian? When you realize you're a fucking damaged human being.
Oh, dude, tell me
the
about
amount of work you have to put in.
It is. I've talked with my therapist about that very thing actually, about how I'm like, I feel like everything I'm doing is these little tiny steps. I'm like, but then when I stop and I turn back, you go, wow, I've walked miles, and because I see other people struggling with the stuff I struggled with 2 years ago that now doesn't bother me as much, so it's, you see those little glimpses of how what you're doing works, but like I said, a lot of times it's just, it feels like these little tiny improvements, but you realize they actually add up to a big,
oh yeah, for sure.
A big move.
It's like I was, the other night I was talking with Valerie and she was telling me about a friend of hers and some of the stuff that he does.
Yeah.
And all I could think was like, fuck, I used to do that.
Yeah, right.
But it gave me insight to give her advice at the same time.
And that's what I run into a lot of times when somebody will be like, so-and-so's doing this or I'm doing this. And I'll be like, wow, that was me 3 years ago. Here's what I did.
Exactly.
Like it may not work for you, but
Yeah, that's exactly what I did with her. I'm like, well, here's, I for sure recognize what you're going through right now. And here's my advice because I've been there.
Right. Because, it's like on the Crazy Life, that's kind of why we talk a lot about how we throw all sorts of things out there. Because it's just like, throw enough stuff at the wall, basically, that.
I can see what sticks and stuff.
Right. And I mean, again, I'll say it on here, and then we can move on or whatever. But it's, don't self-diagnose and try to do this all yourself because, I thought I had a good handle on it for years and years until I really started to somehow, I don't even remember, but I started noticing that I really had no control. I was totally dominated by, depression and anxiety. So, go get help if you need it. Please.
Yeah, there you go.
Because trust me, don't wait. Like I waited 20 years before I did. That was not a good idea. So
yeah, that's a lot of catching up to do, eh?
No shit, dude. It's digging yourself out of a really deep hole.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, put the fucking dog in the basket.
I keep trying to put the lotion in.
All right.
Man. All right. So you got anything else?
Not really for the week per se, and I don't have any honestly, I don't have any links.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. That all I had was the Black Panther thing. I just wanted to bring it up because we talked a little bit about it last week.
Oh, dude, you know what movie's coming out next?
No.
El Tigre. Of course. On the tail of the Black Panther, El Tigre.
Oh, on the tail. I see what you did there.
Hey, right? You like that?
I did. That'd be so great. God damn it. It's where I wish that we really could do mock-ups of like a commercial or something. Because it'd be so fun to do an El Tigre commercial.
Yes, absolutely.
Or a trailer, teaser, or whatever you want to call it,
I think we live in, I guess I can't say we live in the wrong part of the country because we could film shit anyways.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Especially with these fancy things.
My wife's phone, film in 4K for a brand new phone.
Yeah.
Logan got a new phone. I don't know how I became the guy in the house with the oldest phone.
Isn't it weird how that happens?
Fucking bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's funny.
It is.
Tragic is what it is, my friend. What you need to do is just steal their phone and
start delivering vicious elbows.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I don't recommend doing that to the wife. The kids, hey, whatever. But
no. She's not into vicious elbows.
Right. I wouldn't think so. Yeah, she doesn't seem like the type to really want
Negative.
vicious elbows. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just make her a nice cup of coffee, make sweet love to her.
Mm-hmm.
All's well.
Right. Whereas the kids don't get a say yet because they're not adults. So
No, vicious elbows.
Vicious elbows.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, let's. I've got a couple. Shut up and take my monies here.
Shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money.
Remix.
Really low.
I could turn that shit up.
No,
bitch.
it's fine. Right. As it's become recently, it's Funko Pops. They just had the New York Toy Fair last weekend, I think. And
Does that magazine still exist?
Toy Fair? No.
Yeah.
No, that stuff's
I didn't
gone.
think so.
Yeah. Because by the time it comes out, everybody's like, yeah, I knew about this 3 months ago.
Yeah, like internet, bitch.
Yeah, really, that's what it is. This stuff breaks on Reddit like crazy, so that's pretty much the place to go to if you want news on these things.
I do miss Twisted Mego Theater.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I guess.
Or whatever. Oh yeah, Amigos. They come up twice in the show.
Yeah. So I guess you just have to watch Robot Chicken and be happy.
This is true.
But they announced some pops that I'm very excited about. Which I sent you a picture of the Jake the Snake Roberts. I talked about that already.
Yes.
One, I got to pull up a picture, a link, whatever. It's they're making Super Troopers ones.
That's awesome.
And one of them is I can't think of the guy.
If they don't have a special edition bear fucker pop,
I'm totally with you. Yeah,
right.
They do not at the moment, but they do have. I can't think of his name. You know the dude who's wearing the bulletproof jockstrap?
Oh yeah, they have him in his jockstrap.
Yes, and
that's amazing.
Yeah, and when they showed a picture, they showed the back also, so you could see his bare buttocks. Of
course,
hanging in the breeze.
You got to check out them buns.
Yeah. So I laughed really hard when I saw those, but it's like them, and then it's like Farvo who comes with a liter of soda, and the other ones I can't remember. The other one's I can't think of the character names, but one of them comes with like a bottle of syrup. Kind of a thing.
Chug the syrup.
Yeah. So I was quite happy that they're making those. But those aren't the ones what?
They say they got to be getting close to running out of property.
No. Like every movie that comes out, they're kind of doing. And there's still stuff they haven't gotten to. Like Archer. There's no Archer pops.
That would be awesome.
There should be, but there aren't.
You know what there should be, Brian?
Huh?
For sure, Bloodsport pops.
Yeah, I don't think there are. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's stuff like that they still, a Roadhouse pop would be really popular.
Roadhouse. You
just make one. It's just, Patrick Swayze. That's it. And it'll sell like crazy. Like they just announced
two.
Oh, you're right.
It needs to be in a pack. So it's Patrick Swayze and the guy whose neck he rips.
Right, yeah. Okay, so let's say 3 because 1 I think needs to be in a kicking motion because,
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Well, plus you need a Chris Christopherson pop.
Okay, so we're up to 4 then. All right. Well, 1's a 2-pack. Yeah.
He wrote Ring of Fire for the love of God.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with you on that. But yeah,
they have a Johnny Cash pop.
No, not yet.
Fuck you, Funko. You're out.
Right. Right now,
fired immediately.
They're still available. They made on Kurt Cobain's birthday, they released one where it's him where he's wearing those big white sunglasses that he wears in the video, so they did one of that. There's like 3 different Kurt Cobains.
They have one of him and Courtney Love and she's murdering him.
No, they don't have that one.
Oh, that's weird.
They've got one of him basically from the Unplugged performance. One's from Smells Like Teen Spirit, and I can't remember what the other one is from.
Did it have the oddly hot Anarchy cheerleaders?
No, just Kurt Cobain. No,
fired. Funko,
no
fired.
Crazy facial hairless Dave Grohl. Nothing like that. Yeah. Anyway, the ones that really excited me, and various other people as well. The first ones they're making some from Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like they're
Cherry?
Yep. They're making, alright, so they're making Pee-wee, of course.
There better be Cowboy Curtis up in his mug.
Not at this point.
Oh, fired.
Well,
totally fired.
Yeah, I don't know why. There should be, but maybe it's, or no King of Cartoons either. Or, whatever the, postal worker, you know. But anyway, they're making Missive on,
Right.
of course, you know, and Cherry comes with Terry, you know, the pterodactyl.
Oh God, I forgot about Terry.
So the other thing is like, why isn't Jambi? Is it Jambi? That was you know what I'm talking about, the Mecha, you know,
the genie thing.
yeah.
Yeah, man, it sounds right. Johnny sounds right. Johnny. Whatever his fucking name is. We all know.
Jambi.
Everyone knows what we're talking about, except for Phil.
Yeah. The Pee-wee one, he's holding a thing that says fun because that's, you know, the secret word.
Word day.
So yeah, I was pretty excited for those. I'm with you though. It's like there's a few that are missing. Maybe there'll be a second series that have
Cowboy Curtis.
I know.
I need some Cowboy Curtis.
I understand. I understand.
Jesus.
But
it's too much to ask.
No, I don't think so. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if like Cowboy Curtis ends up being like con exclusive or something like that. They like doing that.
What a bunch of assholes.
I know. Well, here's where they're assholes. So the other one, which made me all tingly in my nethers, is they're making Princess Bride ones. And
did it have rodents of unusual size?
No, unfortunatezzy. The
son of a bitch.
The biggest problem I have, well, one of the biggest problems I have, there's a couple I have with this. One is there's no Fezzik. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That is travesty.
But I know the reason probably behind it, which is that the place or family or whatever that owns the rights to Andre the Giant's likeness, from what I understand, it's relatively expensive to get his likeness.
But
I know.
But Brian,
yeah,
you could have a Fezzik.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could have the chase figure, whatever the fuck to call him, Fezzik in the Holocaust cloak.
I don't think that's what they called it.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, they might have actually. Yeah,
I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. But you know, the other ones are Inigo Montoya, of course, which freaking looks dead on. Like, and he's got 2 scars on his face, you know, as he should.
As he should.
Comes with his sword. And they're making, you know, Wesley, of course, you know, which is actually, it's him in Dread Pirate Robert's costume with no mask. And then they're also making Princess Buttercup, of course. But the chase figure in the series is fucking the Dread Pirate Roberts.
That's awesome.
Which, well, it sucks though because
but which Dread Pirate Roberts?
Well, I'm assuming it's Wesley, but I don't know. Could be
also,
anyone. Yeah.
It is a Holocaust cloak.
Okay. After you said it, I said that. I was like, I think you're right. It was.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do they have Miracle Max?
No, that's all they have.
God damn it.
Yeah, I know. There's some characters that as a...
Do they have this lady?
No, they don't.
God damn it.
They don't have, what's his name?
Prince Hubert?
Yeah, they don't have him. They don't have the,
creepy albino?
I forgot about the creepy albino. Yeah. No, there's none, like I said, there's none of the other characters. So there's no...
What the fuck?
I can't reenact Billy Crystal saying,
Do they have the 6-finger man?
No.
God damn it.
I know, you have Inigo Montoya, but no 6-finger man. To me, that should be a 2-pack, really.
It should be a 2-pack.
You know? And it might be down the road. It wouldn't shock me. But
Did they have the Screeching Eels?
No.
Cliffs of Insanity?
Nope.
Did they have the grandpa reading to the boy?
No. That would be great.
God damn it.
That would be an awesome 2-pack to have.
Right.
It really would. Just like, you know, a little bed with the kid in it and then the grandpa sitting
an old dude and Fred Savage?
Right. That'd be great.
That'd be perfect.
Columbo and Fred Savage, yeah.
Oh, God, it was Columbo.
Yeah, it was Peter Falk. Yep.
It was. Shit. No wonder the kid talked.
But there's no, I can't think of his name. The guy who always is yelling inconceivable.
Oh,
I can't remember.
God damn it, the Sicilian.
Yeah.
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 The
one he battles to the pain. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You never, God damn. I don't remember his name either.
Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, there's not that. So it's like, there's a lot of, like, really popular characters from the movie that they easily could do a second series in this, you know?
Right. I'm not a witch, I'm your wife. For sure.
Yes. So,
Movie.
yeah, but anyway, when they announced
remember-
these, I was so excited because, this is one of my favorite movies. So,
Dude, I remember many moons ago, my dad was like, son, we're going to watch The Princess Bride. And I was like, the fuck are we watching?
yeah, is this a kissing movie?
Right. Yeah, basically, I had the same reaction as the kid in the movie.
That's what, exactly.
Yeah, and I loved it. Yeah.
I've watched that
Classic.
movie so many times. I haven't watched it in a long time. I was just thinking I need to pull it off the DVD shelf and watch it, or if it's in Netflix still, pull it up on there or whatever.
It's not Netflix.
No? Okay, so I have it, so I'll have to just throw it in and watch it, because it's such a great movie. That's why when I find out,
classic.
like when I hear somebody hasn't seen it, I'm like, you need to go watch this.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Now, if they're younger, it's a little different.
We're no longer friends.
Exactly.
Second off, you're an asshole.
Right. Why would you do this?
Even if they're younger, Brian, it doesn't matter.
All
It's
right,
a
you're right.
classic.
You're right. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should blame it on their parents.
I'm honestly, the biggest disappointment for me in this series was that there's no Andre the Giant. He's
That is
such
sad
a big part of the movie,
I get it.
Hoping for series 2. Yeah.
If only we had a wheelbarrow and a Holocaust cloak.
Yep. Hi, lady.
Exactly.
I did good. Fuck. Anyway, so that's the Shut Up and Take My Monies for this week. I'll have links to them if you want to have a look-see at them. They announced a whole bunch of other ones too, but those are the ones that really...
Cheers.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
They have Cheers ones.
No,
do they? Yes,
no.
they should. They should have Night Court ones.
Okay. I'd be down for Night Court one, sure. Definitely Cheers. I would be all for a Cheers one.
Yeah, we all need a Sam Malone pop in our life.
Not to mention, they could easily do a little bar, like,
Definitely.
kind of thing for them to stand.
We all need a Christy Alley when she was hot pop in our life.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 3 Men and a Baby pops. I don't know why.
Because
Steve Guttenberg.
Okay.
Short Circuit pops. Now
wait,
we're talking.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
What?
We need Magnum PI pops.
Fuck yes, we do.
Because I need a Tom Selleck pop in my life.
Yep. And he's in a Ferrari.
Sure. Yeah, they make rides for him, so they really could.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, they could go one step further. TC in the helicopter.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. We need some Miami Vice ones. We need some goddamn
You're right.
linen suits with loafers, neon lights, cocaine.
Yep. See, when you were talking about how they must be almost out of properties, there's all these that they still haven't gotten yet. So
We need an El Chapo pop. Why not?
do we? El Papo?
Everyone loves El Chapo
El
right
Papo?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone loves him.
That would be
fans.
Can you imagine if they made that? I mean, the weirdest one so far I think that they made were like they made Trump, Hillary, and Bernie Sanders.
Of course they did. Why
Once.
wouldn't they?
Yeah.
We need a Guy Fieri pop.
Do we?
We do.
Okay.
I want a flame shirt.
I was gonna say
Want a
how
goatee.
many variants of his flame shirt are we gonna have?
So many. Some with sunglasses on his face, some on the back of his neck.
Oh,
some
good
in a
call.
Camaro, some not.
Some with him like
All of
stupid
them-
orange and tan. Some where
Yes.
it's not quite as much. Okay.
Exactly. All of them hammered.
Yeah.
There's so many variants here.
Guy Fieri pops.
We need them. Celebrity chefs. Come on. You know what we're doing here.
Oh man. I
Right?
Mario
Mario
listen,
Batali. He's
listen.
got his orange Crocs on.
if they made an Elton Brown one, they'd sell the hell out of them probably.
He's got his little nutmeg in his corner.
Yep. I would buy one.
Right?
Yep.
So many properties. You're right, Brian. I thought they were almost out. There's so many to go.
Do you know what the most important one they should make is?
Us.
Yep. And the Chase figure will be El Tigre.
El Tigre. Definitely.
Definitely. That'll be the best Chase ever.
Best chase ever.
Yeah, there'll be like 2 figures each of us. And, we'll have a con exclusive soundboard tee,
Naturally.
cause,
Yeah.
make him sought after,
Yep.
we'll go from there. We can bring in.
Well, he is sought after anyway.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it'll be, perfect.
It'll be him in his captain's hat.
Yes.
Because I mean, if you're going to have the most exceptional visage of tea, it's him in his captain's hat.
Right. We'll let people gripe because there's no Tate pop,
Yeah, for sure, right?
Like, I'm a completist.
Go, but then we have to have a pop for all of our enthusiast guests.
Wow, that's a lot.
I know, right?
That's quite a few.
Staggering.
All right, well, we should probably move on to the Q, the W here.
Oh, shit, son.
Although,
all right.
I'm not going to lie, after seeing that somebody did that custom pop for Casey Pierce, that was fucking awesome. I would love, if somebody out there like does customs, I would love to have a Funko Pop of me.
Yeah, when she put that up on her Instagram, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome.
You know what's really funny is there's probably...
I was already a Casey Pierce fan, and that's solidified it.
Yeah. There was probably no reason that, like, I couldn't make Funko Pops of us. They sell blank ones, you know.
Well, fucking get on it, dude.
I know.
God damn it. All you have to do is not color hair and put a beard on them.
Fuck, you're right.
Jeez. So easy.
Why haven't I done this? Well, the El Tigre one we'll have to sit down and work out, but...
Well, that'll be way different.
And Senor Delicioso, 2-pack. Yeah.
2-pack. Exactly. The old luchador. What was the luchador tag team called? So like a landscape or something?
Oh, dude. I don't know, because the last tag team of ours that I remember was Rugged Dudes.
Right. The fucking Rugged Dudes.
That'd be another great 2-pack.
It'd be the Rugged Dude pack.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, that'd be so great. So terrible is what that would be.
Oh, awful.
I'd enjoy it.
So Q to W.
Yeah.
We asked you guys, unsuccessfully, what product would you like to make your own version of?
Yeah.
This is slightly underwhelming.
Okay.
So Michelle, the metalhead, the hidden metalhead, she says blankets. There should be a weighted and heated blanket combo, but as of right now, it doesn't exist. But it should.
Really,
So
it doesn't.
It sounds like she needs like a thunder shirt meets a death blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, that would probably sell pretty well.
Well, then I'll like her comment.
Yeah. I mean, just saying.
Well, and then we got Jace Cook here. He says T-shirts, and I am.
Oh,
Fuck cryptic and shit.
I like it.
Yeah, so this guy must make T-shirts.
Get that paper. Yeah.
I'm gonna get that paper, son.
Yep.
But that is legitimately all I got on the face page.
Yeah, I don't see any on Twitter, so Henno, if you submitted one and I skipped you, sorry.
Welcome to the standard.
Yeah. I didn't see any from anyone, so I don't have any to read there. I do have one from Fluffy Bunny Ash. I think. Oh, for this week, she said, and this one didn't surprise me at all. It actually was pretty close to what I was going to guess, which is Christmas trees. She would have her own line of Christmas trees because she's crazy about Christmas. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
It's like I probably talked about this already, but I'm going to talk about it again because fuck everybody. There's this bartender I was yakking with on several nights down in the Keys that she's the same way. She loves Christmas trees.
Yeah.
So on her balcony of her apartment down there, she always has a Christmas tree up, but she just decorates it for every holiday. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Sure.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can get behind that.
Right.
If it was just Christmas, like 365 days a year,
yeah.
throw that bitch in the ocean.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I know she'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Ashley did that with Halloween. I think they did like Nightmare Before Christmas stuff and whatever on the tree.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
I do. That's a cool idea. I can get behind that.
Right.
Especially when you get into, fun holidays like President's Day and, well, not up in Canada.
Dude. That'd be amazing. A President's Day fucking tree.
Right. Like, here's my Abe Lincoln ornament.
Yeah. It's got a big hole in it.
Yeah. Here's my John Wilkes Booth one. No.
Exactly.
It's about their births, not their deaths.
Here's my JFK one.
Here's the rest of it.
It's a salsa dish.
Oh my god, that would be funny as hell. It's like him laying back and then you put the salsa like behind him, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, I was gonna say, that's how I visualized it.
You got the Jackie old bowl holding chips.
Yeah. Oh, poor Jackie. Yeah.
Poor Jack.
Yeah. Now, she also gave an answer for the previous week, which was our, like, what music would play when you walk into a room.
Oh, yeah.
She says that she wants the song to match why she's walking into the room. So she says, yeah.
She needs some next level theme
Yeah,
music.
exactly. She said, so for most of the time it'll be something like Hot and Fun by Nerd. Good track.
Nice.
But for a week out of the month, it would be Gimme Chocolate by Baby Metal. And if I'm walking to restore order in the room, it would be Humbled by Kendrick Lamar.
Baby Metal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or Right Now by Korn, depending on how hard I need to lay down the law.
Wow. All right.
Yep. I like that.
These are all good answers.
Yeah, she took that to the next level.
Big fan.
All right. Cheeto Bandito says, what product would I like to reinvent and market as my own? Cheetos. Says, okay, seriously, I got nothing. Cheetos is a great answer, though, because, I mean, it's right there in his nickname, so.
I mean, I don't know about you. Cheetos have been kind of like, for the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you got your hot Cheetos, but what else are you doing, Chester? You fuck. You lazy fucking cheetah.
Dude, he's been sniffing that fucking dust for years, so it's...
Have you seen the honker on that cat?
That's what I'm saying. He's
Don't take him to a Coke party.
Right. Yeah, not if you want to have any. So
Cheetos. I'm actually kind of surprised there isn't more flavor variations of Cheetos.
Yeah, I actually am too.
Here.
Like various things that combo with cheese or something like that.
Yeah, like Chipotle cheddar fucking Cheetos.
I would fuck up a bag of those, yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That would catch hands for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm just saying. So I think his answer is legit.
I agree.
If I say so myself.
I am with you on that. So, that's what I got.
That's what you got?
That's it.
Well, then I like what you got.
Good job.
Excellent work, listeners.
Whoa.
Excellent work.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about excellent, but thank you to those who submitted.
But, Brian, this leads us on to our fucking Q to W this week.
Yep.
Which we've determined that y'all who listen to this program like musical Q to Ws. Which is fine.
Yep.
We all like music. So what I want to know, and what Brian wants to know, and what our listeners want to know, is what album do you wish you could go back to and listen to the first time again? Boom.
Yeah. This is a tough question for me because it's like, you know, it's basically saying what album would you go back and, you know, experience for the first time and go through, you know, kind of that moment in your life a little bit too. Cause, you know, the music's going to remind you of that.
For sure.
I think mine's probably no surprise really. It's one of two albums actually.
This is what I call music volume 3.
Right.
Or
the Christian music compilation album.
Yeah, for sure, right?
From 1987. Now, one of them would easily be Master of Puppets. Because that's really what made me go, I really like this kind of music. And it just blew my mind because I had never heard anything that was that, you know, that metal at the time. That was one of the heaviest albums I had heard at the time.
Yeah, right.
And like I said, it really just blew my mind. The other one, just for the sentimental part of it, probably would be, oh shit, I can't think of the name of it now. Stone Temple Pilots' first album, Core.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that would be, was it Core? Yeah, it was Core, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, that would probably be the other one because, like I said, just the sentimental value. You know, I could go with something from like Alice in Chains or something because, again, that album kind of blew my mind because that kind of music wasn't being done as much at that time. You know, grunge and the stuff along those lines was going on, and Alice in Chains they were still doing like metal, but with rhythms and stuff or harmonies. You know,
right?
But yeah. It'd be one of those two, though. Master of Puppets or Core are probably the two I can think of, because they've probably made the biggest difference that I can remember in my life.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to agree with you on Master of Puppets, because actually when we were at that concert, I talked about this, how when I listened to that album, it was like my brain unlocked a whole new style of music.
Exactly.
Like, was like, whoa, this shit exists?
Right.
What?
And it's funny, that wasn't the first Metallica I listened to. Kill 'Em All actually was, because my brother had it, and we listened to that, but that one didn't grab me as much. And then Master of Puppets really pulled me in, and then, I grew to appreciate Kill 'Em All a lot later. But
right. So I would have to agree with for me, it would be Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
Or it would be Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Because that's one of the ones that I would sit down, headphones in, and just listen to it.
Yeah.
Fucking pillar to post. Right. And the first time I listened to it, I was just like, what the fuck? It felt like I was like, and I always told Jeannie, I was always like, I think you would enjoy The Wall, because it's kind of like a whole like story.
It is, yeah.
So, it's like a musical almost.
Mm-hmm.
But going, whew, I'm all half slammed up over here. I kind of want another one, but I shouldn't.
I want one too.
You should come over here.
You just hear my chair spinning.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the first time I listened to it, it kind of, like I'd already listened to Dark Side of the Moon.
Right.
That's great and all. But the first time I listened to Wall was one of the first albums I ever listened to. I was like, fuck, you need to listen to this front to back. Mm-hmm. You can't just pick a track, because this is how it's composed.
It's very much it's a very much a concept album, kind of an art album.
Yeah.
Which there aren't a lot of those that I've been a fan of over the year. That one's one. Mars Volta's got one or two that I really dug, because it's the same thing. You can't just really pick a track in the middle and play it. It doesn't work,
Right.
Well, it could, but it's weird,
It's just not the same.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm doing two albums too. It's one of those two. Because Metallica, Master of Puppets, like I said, it was like Wizard of Oz, black and white to color for me.
Right. Right.
Because I didn't realize that kind of music existed.
Yeah. You know what's funny? If I were to throw a third one in there, do you know what it would be? Just because, again, it blew my mind. And I can't remember the name of the album, though, but it was a Black Sabbath album. I don't fucking remember which one, though. I'm trying to think what was on it. But it was the one with whatever had like War Pigs on it, I think it was, or something. And I was just like, what the fuck is this? Because, again, that was a totally different kind of music than I had been hearing,
It's funny with Sabbath, for me, it was like the hits I knew, because, our local radio station played the hits crazy.
Right.
And then I listened to the like greatest hits or whatever.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how bluesy and cool some of those older Sabbath songs were.
Right, yeah.
Like some of the bluesy guitar riffs, and I was like, fuck, this shit is good.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that without them, there's,
there's for sure.
Like half the bands out there don't have, and there's plenty of albums you could go down and say that kind of thing about, like that when you heard, they just really woke you up, kind of a thing, like Zeppelin, oh shit, which is it, 2 or 3? Well, not the one with Stairway to Heaven, but it's one of the other, because that's 4, I believe. But anyways, one of their albums, just, again, that was just so different to me, because, even though we were born in the 70s, it was the end of the 70s,
Right, yeah.
So Zeppelin was done by then. They weren't touring anymore, so there was no, and it wasn't on the radio a ton at that time.
Right.
Once in a while you'd hear a Zeppelin song, and it was usually one of like 3,
yeah, for sure.
Like you were saying about Sabbath, most of the time if you heard Sabbath, it was one of like 3 songs or 4 songs, so. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. This will be a cool one though. I'm very curious to see. And, this is one of those where if you've got a couple, don't send us like 20, but
yeah, just list a few.
Like if you got 2 or 3, go for it. And why? Like us, we have specific reasons why those ones were ones we'd want to go back and check out again,
Definitely.
So,
I guess, that's our Q to W, so.
Sure.
Show me what you got.
Boom.
Oh, wait, that was the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess with that, we'll go into the the home stretch here. Head over to saltylanguage.com. While you're there, you can check out all our past episodes, all the enthusiast episodes, which we didn't talk about, but there's a new one up where Tony and I review. We review. When I named it badly because of a tweet that we received today, pointing out that because I named it the last 5 years review. And it was pointed out to me that someone thought it was a retrospective of Salty Language, and it certainly was not.
No. And honestly, if we were to do a retrospective of Salty Language,
yeah,
I can't remember what we talked about last week.
Yeah,
so
seriously.
It would be a shit episode.
You know what would almost have to happen is we'd almost have to have somebody bring stuff to us, kind of a thing, and then we comment on it, basically.
Like a kind of like Salty Language, this is your life.
Yeah, basically.
Like, yeah, then we hear a voice and we're like, who is it?
Right.
Oh, it's Tate.
Right. Like if people send in like what was your favorite kind of thing from us or a rant or whatever we've done, and then, that might jog our memories a little bit or something. But
exactly.
Otherwise, retrospective, especially at this point. I mean, we're 7 years almost into this, That's
I know, right?
A long time. And 400 episodes of this show.
So
almost.
much content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I can't remember, I don't remember what the fuck we even talked about last week.
I know. I don't remember a lot of it. So I'm the same way. But yeah, anyway, it's us, doing a movie review, for, the movie, the last 5 years.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. And, yeah. But anyway, so that's up if you want to go listen to that. Also, while you're on the website, you can check out the networks we're part of, like the Tangent Bound Network, Geek Life Radio's, podcast list, and
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
entertainment. I just punched my mic. Yeah. Man, I feel like I'm the one that had the hop slams. Except without all the goodness.
Yeah, right?
Damn it. Wow. Oh, if you'd like to help us out on our website, there's a link to our Patreon page. If, you'd like to subscribe there, we have various levels of things that you can get, for your donations and whatnot. Which is actually how we ended up having to watch the last 5 years.
Yeah, terrible
so
idea.
If you want to torture us and make us watch a terrible movie, feel free to, donate and help us out. Or you can, if you just go to patreon.com/saltylanguage, that'll also do it. Or if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, please swing by our site first, click the Amazon banner, and then it takes you right back to Amazon, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, and they give you boys a little piece of something.
Fucking yeah.
Throw us some breadcrumbs,
Give us a little nickels and dimes.
Right? And, if other ways you can help the show would be like if you're using iTunes, please rate, review, and subscribe if you have not already. Mm-hmm. Or, excuse me, geez, I'm just all over the place here.
God damn it, Brian.
I know, right? Or, you could help us out by, retweeting our tweets, the show links and whatnot, or sharing on Facebook, or reposting our Instagram posts, telling people about the show. We would greatly appreciate it. What else am I forgetting on the website? All our social media links are there. Usually the show links are there. The link to my blog is there if you want to go read, those. A link to my other podcast, The Crazy Life, is on there if you'd like to have a listen to that, or just search however you listen to us here, just type in The Crazy Life. Oh, that's what I forgot on the other thing was if you use Spotify or Stitcher, please use the like or share.
Please let your friends know about us so then we can get more downloads and then we can provide more awesome content.
And a lot of terrible content.
And so much terrible content, but also good content, but then terrible content.
Like the Simpsons thing. You get a free yogurt. Exactly. That's good. All right. I think that's it for the website. If you want to reach out to us, the best way is at salty_language on Twitter. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony, and I have turned my notifications back on, so you can actually get me there.
Tony's not big timing everyone anymore.
Yeah, I know. Like, fuck you guys.
I ain't got time for that.
I check you like once a week.
Yeah, fair enough. That's enough. You know?
Right. I'm also available to be found on salty_language on the old Snapchatter because I'm pretty active there.
Yeah. I'm not very active on Snapchat, but if you want to follow me, it's at Ninjitsu on there.
And of course, you can also find us on Instagram at Salty Language.
Yep. Or I'm at Stunami on Instagram. Again, not terribly active on there.
But there.
Yeah, but there. Yeah. Definitely there.
Yeah, definitely there.
Definitely.
Posting pictures.
Definitely posting pictures. That's all our links, right?
I believe so, Brian.
So I think that's everything. We're way over this week. Sorry about that, folks. We were under last week, so we're just making up for it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Sorry about all your soaked underbridges.
I'm not sorry about it.
Yeah, me neither.
They knew what they were in for.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe not everyone, but whatever. Who doesn't like
first
soaked
time listeners
underbridges?
like, oh, geez, it's like a fire hose of semen shooting out of me.
That's right. Which is weirder if they're a woman.
I know, right? It's like, geez, lady, slow down. Stop taking all them dicks.
Yeah. Like, how do you hold all that?
Like, gee, what is wrong with you? Like a camel?
Are you a spider? Yeah.
Are you a cum camel?
That's a weird thing to be.
That is a weird thing.
Really
to be.
want to name the show
my
Cum
motorcycle
Camel.
gang.
The Cum Camels. That's a terrible name, Tony. I got to tell you.
We get our ass kicked in every bar.
You should. All right. Well, I guess until next week, have beer, you'll be fine.
Oh, man. I guess just stay salty, everybody.
And, try not to be disappointed.
I already am.